Hello, everybody. Welcome to Slacker Z and the third episode of our Force and Destiny Saga, Live from the Inside. The second part to last week's Lure of the Lost. I have two of our players returning again, and we have one new one who's going to be now a permanent member. So I'll let you guys introduce yourselves. We'll start with Archie being our new character and new player, and then Nick and Jonathan. Just your character, maybe brief, and then any channels that you guys have. I think Archie's the only one that does have a channel right now. So.
What's up, everybody? I'm Archie Duelist. I got a YouTube channel by the same name. You can check me out on Twitter by the same name. Tonight in this session, I'll be playing a Sluisi mechanic. If you don't know what a Sluisi is, he's basically a half snake, half person. So I'm a snake dude. That's what's up. I got your mechanic on lock right here, Snake Man. My name is Saga. And yeah, look, let's get into the game, baby. It's gonna be fun.
All right.
I'm sorry, I don't know who to pass it to. Yeah, whoever's next.
You want me to take it? My name's Nick. I'm going to be playing Dowd, the Zabrak Mystic. He is kind of, almost like role-playing him like a Buddhist monk. He's been away on a monastery for a long, long time and didn't get to see a lot of the universe. So now he's finally getting to explore. The monks have always told him that there's something special about him, but he really doesn't know too much about what this Force stuff is. He's just more philosophical and spiritual. So he's looking at the Force in different angles, trying to figure it out. And that's it.
All right, everybody. I'm John. I'll be playing Miko. He's a little Bothan dude who is he's a decent pilot, looking to explore the galaxy and have some fun. Let's play the game.
All right, and unfortunately, Marco was not able to be with us tonight. He forgot he had some prior arrangements. So, Marco, we will wish you you're having fun, and we will see you again in 2 weeks, hopefully. But we'll start tonight's game from where we left off. You guys had gone to the you and Dao and Miko and Taras gone to the start finding the two holocrons that were missing from the Dawn Temple. You guys had found your way from the temple to the village, talked to the villagers, and found out where the cave was, where the warden was at. And warden? Yeah, it was the warden you guys were looking for, the warden holocron. You had made your way into the cave, dealt with a lot of visions, and ultimately fought the ice wolves that were called that cave home, and had made your way back with the holocron and installed it into the temple, and that's where we left off. So beginning this session, you guys, Dao, Tarast, and Miko had been at the temple last couple days in game time, relaxing, doing some studies, exploring the temple. I'd say probably helping get the temple back into shape, fixing things and whatnot. Over the next few days, also your other partners, the other excuse me, brain fart, the other apprentices to Stripe Ethics, who is the Jedi Master that was pulling the strings with who you thought Heath and Ramon was running. They eventually had been found. Kavari went out into the wilderness looking for him, had found Blondie, who is a female Marillion, Han, a male Natulin, and Serinda, a female human who was supposed to be with you guys originally but never made it. Also in the process, Sakai, who was found at a starport on another planet by Bethix on her way here, found his way to the valley also. and this is where we begin tonight's session. As your studies you're doing your studying and whatnot, you are interrupted by the old mentor, not Stride, but Heath and Ramon over the intercom, and you hear, "Good news, my friends. The gatekeepers and I believe we have determined the location of the last holocron. Come join us in the Great Hall, and we'll share our theory." Once you guys assembled before Ramond, Stride, the rest of the apprentices and whatever, and the gatekeepers, the curator and the warden, the two gatekeepers manifest around them, beaming proudly. The curator speaks first. Our senses are greatly weakened beyond this valley, and much of what the planet once was has changed with time. However, your master, Bethix, has been informing us of the new state of Spinter, and with her information and Ramon's, we now understood what we have sensed. The thieves who stole the other holocron were part of a syndicate Ramon informs us operates from the city of Relis. Tens of thousands live in the city, hiding the presence of the gatekeeper amongst the chaos of their lives and emotions. But it remains and can be restored if it is found. The warden assesses each of you with a level stare. You must travel to the capital and find the last holocron in order for the temple to return to its proper state. The temple cannot be allowed to lie fallow any longer.
Great. Let's get out of here. I'm so stuffed up in this temple. I haven't been out and explored anywhere.
Well, I thought this place was quite nice. But then again, I grew up on temples all my life. Let's check out the big city.
Yes, new machines.
All right, so you guys, did you guys want to make the walk, or did you want to use the speeder?
I'm good either way.
Can we all fit in the speeder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I forgot to mention, as you guys are looking around, you notice that Tarast isn't with you. And Bethix says, "Oh, by the way, Tarast will not be joining you guys this time around. His mask, the breather that he uses, was damaged while you guys were while the temple was being repaired, and until we can fix it, we have to keep him in stasis so he doesn't die on us. So he will not be joining you on this mission, unfortunately. But I believe you three can handle it quite effectively."
I elbow Miko and I say, I think he's just still scared of the ice wolves.
That's true. He did have
All right,
right.
Let's take the speeder.
All right. Before we go, I'm going to see if I can get a like a blaster pistol or something, just so I don't I have another weapon. That way, I'm not waving my lightsaber around.
Okay. Yeah, you can. I will say I'm sure one of the apprentices that are there, they're going to stay behind and keep doing the work. It's just you three that are going to Relis to recover this. So I'm sure one of them. I'm not sure who has it, but yes. So I'm going to give that to you, that you do have a pistol, so you're not carrying around your lightsaber.
I think Kaveri had a blaster pistol.
Okay. So yeah. So Kaveri offers her blaster pistol to you and says, "Yeah, did you want to leave your lightsaber there, or did you still want to take it with you just in case?"
I still want to take it with me just in case. I hide it behind my my jacket.
Okay, cool. All right. So, if there's anything else you guys wanted to do before you left?
I just wanted to state that as well with Kaveri, I know that she had one of the vibro knives, so I would just like to have two if possible, since she's not joining us this time around, just in case I need to.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and Kavari will also hand over. They've got other ways and means of handling themselves if anything were to happen.
Okay.
So yeah, she gives up her vibro knife handling, and all of them wish you guys luck and safe travels.
What
And
type of repair is this speeder in? Do I need to make a pass over it and keep it in good?
no,
It's looking good.
yeah, Bethix and Ramund has a lot more of the money than Bethix does. She's been in hiding
Oh,
since
okay.
the Jedi Purge happened, so she keeps a very low profile. But Ramon's kind of been the face of the whole operation. So they had a speeder on their ship, the High Wind, which won the tide change, and from last week. So, or the poll that I put out, it's not really a tide change. So yes, they have a speeder that's available. I'm not sure what kind of speeder, basic speeder, land speeder,
Okay.
like you see in Star Wars, the A New Hope, something like that. Maybe a little bit newer. That thing was a junker, so a little
Yeah.
bit newer, but still used. Probably something way more up to date. So
Okay.
you guys,
Cool.
are getting ready to leave, and Ramon says, "Oh, I forgot to let you guys know that the thieves that stole the holocron were known to associate with a group called Heavy Gans Movers. That might be where you want to start your search." And she says, "I wish you guys well." And Stride just stand there with her and goes, "May the force be with you guys."
So they recommended that we start with like a moving company over there. Is that what you said?
It's called the group is called Heavy Gans Movers. It's it's oh she believes, and it's believed that they're a smuggling ring from
Okay.
what she talked about. I forgot to mention that earlier. Again, my fault on that. A lot of information coming at me at once, but the Heavy Gans Movers are a local smuggling group that have been known to operate in Relis. And the thieves that stole it, the she thinks from her information she's gathered from the city, are the ones, the associates are responsible for the theft. Or at least the most likely that you're going to find any information.
Well, it's a start.
Perhaps
Better than
this
nothing.
force that everyone is talking about will guide us.
And Stride says, "Well, perhaps it will. But trust in the Force, and you guys should be on the right path to finding where the last hologram is." And
Great.
as you guys get on the land speeder and start heading towards the city, there's a map. You guys would all know where the city is. You guys all came in there when you originally came to the planet. It's the only major city with a starport on the whole planet. So you guys would have come in there when you came to rescue Ramon. And so you know right where it is. You're just basically going back to the same direction you guys all came in on.
Cool.
So,
Okay.
so you follow it. It's a little bit easier than trying to climb mountains and whatnot. There's a more defined path you guys take, and more set up for speeders. It's a well-known path that traders use from the village to Relis to make any trades or whatnot, or hunters that would come from Relis to hunt in the valley and the surrounding valleys and mountains around. You guys make your way there. Nothing happens. Very quiet. A little cold until you guys start getting down into lower elevations and the more moderate temperatures that were Relis. And there's a lot of other smaller settlements that surround Relis on all sides. They're similar to the village, the Frostwell village, which is where you guys are familiar with. Just warmer. You guys make your way there, and you follow the main road in, and as you're going down, just like any other city, traffic, people, minimal security. Occasionally, you see a few Imperial patrols that roam the city, because as the Relis is controlled, and the planet Splinter is actually controlled very loosely by the Empire. I mean, there's Imperial presence there. It's not a huge presence. So, I mean, it's not like you've got battalions and major armies there. It's small garrison, basically.
Okay.
Make your way to the city, and you go to the central market. It's the city's central bazaar where all the trading goes on. You know, weapons, goods, everything that happens with the rich or whatever happens in this one center bazaar area. And you guys pull up, and what are you going to do?
I'm probably going around to all the shops and looking at all the cool stuff that they have.
Okay.
I'm going to try to find some sort of information kiosk, perhaps.
All right. Give me an average streetwise check, which is 2 purple.
Oh. Failure with 1 advantage.
And if the other two, if you're searching, trying to find a place to get information, you can roll the same streetwise check. What do you want to do with your advantage, Nick? While the other two are rolling, if they want to roll.
I'm going to say, with my advantage, I'm going to say that someone sees me fumbling around on the kiosk and is curious and asks if I need any help.
Okay. So a local dealer comes up to Dow, and he's a little bit more, one of the more well-known merchants around, and he's like, "Can I help you?" You look lost.
Yes, I'm new around here, and I was wondering if you can point me out to some of your more interesting watering holes and place to get good food and drink around here.
He points. Well, there's only really one place, and he points towards his right. So maybe your left, because you guys are facing each other. There's a little kind of cantina / restaurant area. He goes, "This is really the only place that people really go to in this part of town, in the bazaar, to eat and drink. Most of the other restaurants, bars, cantinas are either in the extremely poor part of town, the industrial / poor part of town, or in the ritzy high society area." And he says that high society area with a little bit of disdain.
I thank him very much, and I ask him just in general, what's the latest news around here? Like I said, I'm new. Just wondering what the word is around town.
He says, "Well, it's business as usual. The rich crapping on us poor guys, or hard-working guys. There's been talk of some people rising up against them because the Empire has promised us security, and it's been nothing but trouble. But otherwise, not a whole lot going on around here. Typical daily business."
I'm sorry to hear that the economics of your city here are in poor shape.
Yes.
Does the Empire have something to do with that?
He says, they haven't really helped us any. I mean, ever since they came here, the richer have got richer and the poorer have got poorer. I wouldn't say necessarily that they've encouraged the behavior, but they haven't really discouraged it either.
I see. Well, I do hope your situation improves. Unfortunately, from what I understand, the Imperials do have a way of creating greater divides instead of bringing people together, as was originally promised.
He nods. He says, "Yes, that is blatantly imperative. But thank you. If there's anything else you need to know, just feel free to come up and ask me. My name is Jordan, and he's a gruff-looking human, older, maybe about his mid-40s.
Mm-hmm.
Says,
All right.
my business is just right over here, and it's right next to the kiosk. There's a little, like one of those tent, like business, like those merchant tents you'd see like in these old town, like farmers markets, or like on Tatooine you would see, if you're familiar with it.
Uh-huh.
He says, if you need anything, just feel free to come over, and I'll try to see if I can figure something out for you.
Much appreciated.
Have a good day, sir. And your name?
My name is Dow,
Nice to meet you, Dal.
and I tell him that perhaps I will stop by his shop and check out his wares later in the day. At this
Good,
point,
good to hear.
all right.
And he walks off.
At this point, I'm gonna go up to my companions and let them know that I found a place for us to eat and drink, and maybe hear some local chatter.
Great. I've been looking at these pots.
Pots,
This
you
lady's
say?
Yeah, this lady's just selling pots. I don't know. It's kind of weird what people sell, but
And you notice these pots are actually quite well made. I mean, they're not only very decorative and pretty looking, but they're decent pots. I mean, they look like they can hold a lot of liquid without breaking. They're not fragile by any means. I mean, you'd have to, take a pretty big hammer to break these, or throw them from a good height to break these things. So these are very well crafted pots that you're looking at.
and you notice Miko's not being very careful with them.
Even Miko couldn't probably break them at these points. These are that well made.
Yeah, probably not, but he's still not. He's like leaving them half off the table. He's just like picking up another one, holding two in each hand.
And this blue-skinned female Twi'lek comes up and goes, "Hey, hey, hey, hey! What are you doing? You're making a mess of my store here."
Well, these are very nice pots, by the way. I was just looking at your stuff. I was just exploring, just looking around.
Well, are you gonna buy anything, or are you just gonna make a mess of my shop?
I'm gonna go with number 3 and just go. And I put the 2 pots in my hands on the table and just back up.
And she goes, "Next time you better buy something from me." As you're walking away, she's yelling at you.
So I kind of slither up behind while this is going on and like replace scoot them back properly on there and like get them placed in their right place. Like trying to take care of this lady's goods. I'm like, oh no, here we go.
So,
Are you
Real
watering hole?
sneaky though.
Huh? No, you guys are still in the bazaar area. Like it's basically a circle with, you came up the main street, and the street continues, and then it's on through the circle, and then there's a big circle. It's probably about, I'd say, 100 to 200 feet in width on just the circle area. But you see people mingling. There's shops on each side. The kiosk, you're coming up. The kiosk would be off on your left as you came up the road. The watering hole that he pointed to would be across the way, almost across directly. His shop's off to the left of the kiosk, and I'd say the pots you were messing with were off to the right of the kiosk. So, and there's a couple other stores that surround them on both sides. But the only restaurant-looking area that's kind of like a canteen, like a bar and grill type thing, is the one that Jordan had pointed to.
Cool. So we got information about a possible spot, right, Dow?
Well, yeah, I assume it's not good form to ask about gang activity right off the bat, but if we can hear about any of it, I'm sure it would be in the local pubs and cantinas.
Mm.
I did not want to draw any suspicion to myself by asking outright.
That's very smart. Also, food. Let's go get some food.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
All right, so you guys are making your way to the cantina slash restaurant area, and you go in. It's a smaller cantina slash bar area. It's about half the size of like the one you saw in if you guys saw Attack of the Clones in Coruscant. It's similar to that. It's about half the size, so, and it's not near as full as that one is. I mean, you got regular patrons eating, you got some drinking, there's some jovialness. You see some pod races on one screen, and the HoloNet news is playing on the other because of the Imperials being there. They've got a HoloNet set up for people who are interested in that. You see various types of people. You see some more well-to-do people getting a drink or eat, and you see more of the more poor type people sitting there. So it's kind of a intermingled place. Doesn't seem to be much animosity about in this place. It seems like the atmosphere isn't like really jovial, really energetic, but it's not, really dark, or you don't get the sense of a lot of anger in there. It's more of a mellow, people are just in there to eat and drink, and that's about it. You hear some conversations going on. I want everybody to make a perceptions check as you guys are walking in, because you guys are trying to see if you can hear any information, I'd assume, right? See if maybe you catch anything. Average difficulty, so that'd be a 2. And each of you has a setback, because it is kind of noisy. There's a lot of noise, bright lights and stuff, so a setback on that also. So it'd be 2 purple, 1 black.
Okie doke.
All right. So, Sakai and Miko actually hear the same thing. Sakai, you take 2 strain because you're really trying hard to hear, but you guys both hear 2 guys at the bar, and you hear the name Heavy Gan as they're discussing stuff.
So I'll look over at Dow and I'll say, at the bar. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm using here's accent. At the bar. And I'll point to the guys I heard.
Okay.
Well, not very, very discreetly with my tiny. I'll T-Rex my arm so it's not like everybody sees me. Just those guys right there as we sneak up on them. No, I'm gonna try to do it covertly.
Well, good enough for me. And I go up to the bar near them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and they're talking, and you hear them talking about some goods that they run about, some like a disruptor pistol and a couple heavy blaster rifles that they'd come in contact with that they were trying to get off. And the other guy goes, "Yeah, I know the movers. Yeah, they should be able to buy it." And as they see you guys walking up, the one guy who's mentioning the movers says, "Can I help you?"
At this point, I look at Sakai, kind of annoyed, in an annoyed look, and I'm like, "Look, my blaster doesn't need a repair. I don't care how good a mechanic you are. So you can fix things. Who cares?"
And I look at him and I catch on real quick, and I say, "But Sluisi are the best mechanics." And I kind of pretend to look angry. I'm not charismatic at all, but I pretend I do my best, maybe.
So I'm basically, I look up at them and I'm like, "Hey, maybe these guys need a mechanic."
And I say, I turn and I look at them and I say, "Yes," and I kind of slide over to them and I say, "Repairs."
And you notice that there are 2 humans in there sitting there. The one's the guy who's talking about getting rid of the disruptor pistols and stuff. He's a younger, your smuggler, like you would see around the galaxy type. And the other guy looks a little bit more well-to-do, but you can still tell he's not like one of the rich and wealthy. He looks like more of an intermediary, dressed in nice clothing, but more like a I'd say like more like a Star Wars type business suit, but not real fancy, just your general. Guy. And they look at each other and they go, well, not really. We don't really need a mechanic.
And I'll just
I'm
kind
like,
of, I'll hiss, and I'll slide over like 2 seats over where I can still hear, but I'll just kind of go away. Because I'm not going to convince these guys to do anything, even if I tried really, really hard.
okay. And
Uh,
I'm going to say at this point, see, nobody needs a mechanic around here. They don't care how good you are at fixing stuff, improving them, and making them more valuable. Okay?
And I'll hiss at you even louder. I'll say, um, space beer. I would.
Space Lager.
Yeah, I don't even know, man. I was gonna say blue milk, but for some reason, I don't see a reptile drinking no blue milk, baby.
And the human bartender, female, she's blonde hair, blue eyes, mid-20s, goes, yeah, coming right up, and she turns around to start making the drink. Miko, did you want to say something or do anything?
Yeah, I'm probably sitting at the bar. I'll order a drink too, and I'll just say like, kind of quietly, just like, hey, I heard you were talking about disruptor pistols. I got this little thing right here, and I show him my little blaster pistol. Just like, but I could definitely use an upgrade. You guys know a place?
And the business guy looks and goes, shh, shh, shh. And I want you to roll either a charm or a deception check. 1 purple.
1 purple. All right.
1
1,
purple.
2, 3, and this is deception.
Or charm. I'll let you choose.
Ooh, okay. I got a ton of advantage, but no success.
Okay. He goes, okay, look. I've got some guys that I know that deal in this stuff. I've got a deal running with this guy right now. Same guys, called the Movers.
The movers. All right. Sounds interesting.
I will set up a meeting with you. Just keep your voice down.
All right. Hey, where's my beer?
You gotta talk to the bartender for that. I don't handle that.
Oh, I thought you were the bartender.
No, that female over there who's getting the beer for that sneaky dude.
She's the bartender?
She's the bartender. You don't need to know who I am. I will set up a meeting.
You look so, you look so business type. I thought,
Just keep it calm, little guy. Because he's obviously taller than you.
Yeah, obviously. So I'm cool. I just,
Alright. Now, you just stay at the bar. I'm going to finish this deal, and then I'll go set up the meeting for you. You wait here, and you wait for me to come back, or there may be somebody else. You will know who they are, because they will come find you. I know who they need to talk to. I know you. I know your face. I will describe them to you. You just stay at this bar. He goes, and he motions to the guy he was talking to. He's, come with me. We're going to go handle this. And then we'll be back. I'll be back. They go walking out the bar.
okay.
So you sit at the bar and order a drink also?
Yeah, and at some point I turn around to my 2 companions and I give them like a thumbs up.
All right, so you guys, and Dal, is he going to order a drink, or is he just going to sit and...
Sure, he's going to order a drink, but you know what? I think he's going to keep it to something equivalent to water.
She goes, the bartender, when you order, he goes, oh yeah, I can do water. There's a lot of people that don't drink in here. You got a lot of people, families that come in here and eat. So here you go. That's free. And she goes to Miko and Sakai. Now that'll be 10 credits for each of you.
10 credits. Here you are.
I'm gonna look at the cup, and then I'm gonna look at what Dow got, and I'm gonna And I'm gonna put it back down and slide it back at her, like give me that free stuff. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna pay her either. I didn't drink anything. I just got the drink, so I'll give it back. What do I know, baby?
What? This is what you asked for. You asked for the log.
I'll say what?
And so she takes the glass and has to dump it out. And she doesn't look too happy that she just had to dump a whole bunch of beer because she can't sell it now. And she gets another glass and goes water and goes, "Next time you do that to me, I'm charging you for the water." And she turns around and goes back to handling other customers.
I'll actually pay her for the lager that was not consumed,
I was
and
gonna tip her.
I'll ask her, do you know anyone who might be looking for work around here? We're good dock hands, and we could do various tasks if anyone needs a hand with things.
She sits there and goes, "Work's kind of tight around here with the Empire coming in and businesses have started pulling out of the city. I haven't heard of anything lately, but if you come back here in maybe a week or two, maybe something new come about. But as of right now, I haven't heard of anything. I hear a lot of people scrambling for work these days."
Okay. Well, I basically I'll give her my comm channel or comm number, and I'll say, if you hear of anything, please let us know. We're three hardworking individuals.
She goes, "Okay," and she sticks the information in her pocket and continues on working. A few more moments pass as you guys have carried on this conversation. You're drinking your drinks, looking around, and the guy you talked to in the business suit comes back. He goes to Miko and goes, "Okay, if you follow me, I'll take you to where the movers meet."
All right. I've got my two friends here. Does it matter if they come along or not?
He looks at them both and he's like, "You didn't tell me you had two other people." He's not going to like this, but all right, come with me.
And I kind of gesture to my two companions to come along.
All right. And you guys are walking. You start walking. You're not walking in the way you came. You keep continuing on that road, and then it turns off a bit, and you start heading to the more poorer side of town, the more industrial side. And as you're walking, you come up to this warehouse. The warehouse is a small, cramped building full of. As you walk, well, you guys walk up this warehouse and you walk in. And as you walk in, the warehouse is a small, cramped building full of unmarked crates, but it somehow manages to feel cozy despite this. The lighting is warm, and a few tables have been set up between stacks of boxes, at which a few of the smugglers are playing sabat or chatting over drinks. It seems this must be a local headquarters for the group. The homey atmosphere is promptly dispelled when you notice a huge Twi'lek sitting at one of the corner tables. Equal parts fat and muscle make up his bulk, but his gaze is all business. When he sees you spot him, he calls you over. "My name is Gan, Heavy Gan, they call me. I hear you have some business for my crew."
Heavy Dan, it's good to meet you. I've heard good things.
"What have you heard?"
Oh, you're a man that can get things. You know, things that aren't necessarily readily available to the general public.
And you start to notice he's getting a little nervous here. He goes, "Well, what do you want?"
I was looking for something in particular, and I kind of a few things. I was looking for and I'm just gonna like start rattling off things that I know, like the Empire doesn't like, you know, disruptor pistols, stuff like that. And I kind of slip in like a the description of what we're looking for and see how that goes.
Yeah, yeah, I deal with a lot of weapons, but yes, that one thing, the what is it called? Holocron. Yes, I have seen that, and I do know
Really?
where it's at.
Oh,
I do
that
know. And then he holds out his hand and he goes like this, and he goes, 100 credits.
100 credits for the holocron?
No, he said he knows where it is, and then he goes 100 credits.
Oh, my friend, you have to understand. I give you 100 credits, you give me nothing. I lost 100 credits. You have to give me something. You're a businessman. Come on, Big Dan. You know how this works.
All right, give me a negotiation check, 1 purple.
Okay. All right. Let's see if this goes well. Nah. All right.
He goes,
Can I try to
information.
talk him down a little bit with some negotiation?
If you want to try to negotiate with them, let me hear what you have to say.
I'm gonna let him know that I am a archaeologist looking for these little artifacts, and I don't even think that bauble is worth 100 credits. But I'll gladly give you 50 for information that leads to it, only because it will complete a collection that I'm gathering. Then I take out the 50 credits and I smile at him.
All right, same negotiation, 1 purple, but you get 1 black because of the failed one already. So he's not quite 1, 2, but you are willing to pay him something. So that's why I'm giving you the 1 purple. Otherwise, it'd been 2 purple. Oh, yeah, you negotiated the shit out of him. He goes, okay, and he holds out his hand. You give him the 50 credits right away.
Absolutely.
He takes the credits. He goes, yes, that particular holocron is up in the governor's mansion. The governor's name is Karai Hale. He's been known to get a lot of antiquities and things of value. But it's not easy to get into that place. It's in his mansion. I'm pretty sure it's in his mansion.
Oh, what would be the best way to get in and acquire this? I seems like he wouldn't be one to let it go willingly.
Oh no, you're pretty much gonna have to steal it. He goes, but I'm willing to cut a deal with you to help you get the holocron.
What sort of deal?
He goes, there's a few items in the mansion where this holocron is that I want. You're already going there. You already want this holocron. I tell you what, I will get you inside there. But the deal is, you get some stuff that I want and bring it back. I'll get you all the way into the secured part because there's a lot of security in there. But I can get you in with bypassing most of the security. The rest of it, you guys are going to have to do on your own.
I see. And how do you have such access to the governor's mansion?
Well, this is the thing about the mansion. The mansion has all the collection that the governor has. There's been a deal made with the museum. They needed a new place. So, and they wanted to display a lot of these artifacts. So the mansion also houses the museum. There's a skywalk that connects the museum to the area where he keeps the most valuable of his things. The holocron that you speak of and the stuff that I want. I can get you in to that secure wing. I've got a way. And that's how I know. dealt with him before. Hell, how do you think some of that stuff in there was gotten? That holocron, for one. A couple of my buddies snatched that thing up a long time ago. And that's where it went. That's why I know. I'm paid to know where this stuff is. That's my job. I get stuff that people want, stuff that you can't get on your normal vendor, and they pay me well. Unfortunately, the governor hasn't been paying me all that well lately, so I'm wanting to take back some of the stuff that I got for him. You do me this deal, I'll get you in.
I'm curious, does the governor know what he possesses, or does he just think it's a relic from this planet?
I don't know. He's always been asking for these really weird, odd things. I don't know if he's a collector or if he actually knows what. Hell, I don't even know what it is. I know it's a holocron. I know the Jedi Order back in the day used to use these things, but I have no clue what it is. Some of my guys stumbled upon it, took it. I didn't know what to do with it. I was going to throw it away, but then the governor came up to me, noticed it when he bought some of my gear, some of my stuff that he asked for specifically, and I sold it to him. But as of the last few weeks, he has been, like I said, cutting back on the money and not giving me my due payment. So I want to take back some of that stuff to teach him a lesson. You don't mess with heavy gear. So do we have a deal?
I look at my friends and I'm just like, shrug my shoulders. Seems legit.
Here's a question. What do you want from the governor's place?
He goes, well, there's lots of things. I would like to get everything, but that may not be practical. But there are a few things you can grab, and they're in the same area that your holocron's at. Give me just a minute. I'm trying to find the list. Okay. He goes, well, let's see. There's some ancient data chips that have some information about the Old Republic. That's neither here or there. You got information brokers. They love that shit. There's an idol in there. It's made of rhodium. There's this really cool sword that's in there. It's made out of what is that stuff? It's very Cotorsis, yes. It's a sword made out of Cotorsis. A lightsaber couldn't even break this thing. There's like a rock with like a chunk of ore with some gems in it, and then there's this war mask that from another alien city. I don't even know where it was from. This stuff is valuable stuff. This stuff, archaeologists, scientists, Empire, anybody who has money wants this stuff. And I can always find a higher buyer for any of this stuff. You can get all of them. If you can get all of them, great. You've done me a big favor. If you can't, but you can get a couple, that's fine too. I need at least 2 of them to show the governor a lesson, teach him a lesson. But the more you grab, the bigger the lesson I get to teach you. And the more you're willing to grab, the deeper I can get you in.
Well, Heavy Dan, this is quite a proposition, but if you can give us a minute to discuss between ourselves, you don't rush these kinds of things. We'll be over here discussing it.
All right, I'll give you 2 minutes. Any motions you can? There's a kind of a quiet area over there. Most of my crew's right here, and you need some privacy. Just go over there. There's a few crates over there. Block you guys talking a little bit more quiet. You got 2 minutes to decide.
Okay. What do we think?
So you guys walk over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
We start whispering to each other. I think that we don't have a lot of choices here.
We don't, but we're also stealing from someone. Is that worth it?
Well, we do want this holocron, and I don't know of any legal way to acquire it. It sounds like the governor would not be willing to part with it just because we asked nicely.
Hmm. Also, it brings up what is Dan here going to do with the things that we bring back? Seems like he's going to sell them, but to who?
And actually, John, it's GAN, G-A-N.
Oh, Gan? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay.
So Heavy Gan wants to sell these things on the black market. But he's willing to give us, in my opinion, the most valuable thing of all, which is the holocron. So maybe we could liberate some of these other items and not give them back to Heavy Gan, but just give them a minimum of 2.
Yes.
Especially if they are artifacts of some sort of force-sensitive origin.
Might be worth it. I think you're
Everything
right.
comes with the price, but it sounds like the governor... Well, you see, Miko, I wouldn't really consider this stealing. Is it really stealing if we steal something that's already been stolen?
Yes.
I would say it's more like retrieving. Something that doesn't belong to the person who stole it.
The governor will disagree.
It doesn't sound like the governor is a nice gentleman anyway, and he seems to be treating his citizens poorly. But I know that that holocron does not belong to him.
Yes. It belongs in a museum.
It belongs at the
I couldn't
temple.
help it. I couldn't help it.
We both look at our friend here, and we both look at him, Sakai, and we're like, no.
I'm sorry.
It isn't a museum. We're going to steal it from a museum and bring it back to the temple.
Yes.
I agree we should take it, but... Well, I like your plan. Let's go, we'll see, we'll look over the items, see which ones we can part with, which ones we should part with, and move on from there.
At this point, we must placate Heavy Gand, or he will double-cross us if we do not come through.
Agreed.
And as you guys are finishing up, he goes, 2 minutes are up. What's your decision? And you hear him yelling.
I turn back and smile at him and say, I think we've reached a decision, and we will take you up on your offer. You seem like a very fair gentleman.
Oh, indeed, indeed. Although some people would disagree with you, I am very fair. I don't like to cut deals. I don't like to break deals. I like to get paid like everybody else around here. He goes, okay, here's the plan. I'm going to put you guys in some crates. He points at Sakai and Miko and goes, you two can fit in one. You guys are small enough. And he points at you, Dow, and goes, you'll be in the other. We're going to load you guys up in these crates. Pass you off as some more goods for the governor. Fortunately for you, they're going to take these goods and put them on the loading dock area, which is connected to the secure wing where you guys need to go. It's separate from the rest of the mansion, this entrance. It's a secret back entrance that the governor likes to use for his more precious artifacts. The stuff that doesn't go in the museum. The stuff that you're looking for and I want. Get you in there, you get through most of the security. You should be able to grab it. The only problem is you guys getting out.
I'm sorry, you cut out there. What was the last part?
Because the only problem is you guys getting out. That's what you guys are going to have to figure out.
Can
But
we
don't
use the
worry.
skywalk?
You could probably, but what's going to happen is you're going to come out right into the museum. But you could come out that skywalk and come out.
What's the security looking like?
He goes, well, of course it's the governor's mansion and the museum. They've got guards. Bringing you in there, you guys will bypass all the guards. You won't have to go through any of the guards going in. It'll be coming out. Now we're going to try to create a distraction to get you guys out because it's advantageous for us to just leave you guys in there and depend on you totally getting your way out. We will create the distraction and hopefully pull a lot of the guards off of you so you guys can get out easier. That's the plan.
Heavy Gan, does his security detail consist of Imperial stormtroopers, or is it just local militia that he's gathered?
No, he's got his own private guards. The Imperial presence is separate from the governor. The governor answers to the Imperials, but his security is his own. He hires them himself.
Huh.
Now, he could call for the Imperials if it seems like it. Hopefully that will not happen. Hopefully our distraction will be enough to keep the Imperials off you. Puts us in danger, but the money I will more likely make from these artifacts will more than cover this. And plus, my guys are tough, trained, and dealt with this crap before. Imperials are nothing. They're pretty easy. These guards, on the other hand, are a little bit tougher. They're more well-paid and better trained than some of these Imperial stormtroopers they have around town. We can handle the troopers, and hopefully we handle enough and make enough noise, we'll pull a lot of these guards out, and you guys will have an easy way out. There are several ways to get out of there. There's the skywalk. It'll lead into the museum, and then there's a front and back entrance. And he gives you a map to show you, and I'll explain to you as you guys go which way you can go.
Okay.
The dock will probably be out once I load you in on that dock. They shut that thing down. It's basically like a blast door. So unless you guys got heavy explosives, you're not going to get out that way.
Where are the controls for the door?
The controls for that door are up in the governor's office. That I do not know where that is at. That is separate from the museum area itself. This mansion is huge. So basically the way it's set up, the back entrance is connected to the secured wing of the museum. The museum is connected to the mansion. I'm sure there's secret entrances from the mansion into the secured wing. I do not know where they're at. All I know is the layout of the museum and the secured wing. That is it.
And what is this governor's name again?
Let me get it. Karai Hale. His name. C-A-R-I-A is his first name. Hale, H-A-A-L. Or Paul. I'm not very good with pronouncing Star Wars names half the time, but sometimes they're a bitch.
Okay. All right.
So he goes, okay, in about an hour or two, we'll load you up. I'm going to make the call to the governor, tell him I've got his new supplies, his new acquisitions he wanted, and we'll set up the drop. So if you guys want, you can wait here. I'd much prefer you guys wait here. My crew has some drinks and whatnot, if you want. If not, you just sit and wait until we get our preparations done, and then we'll get you in. So do we have a deal? And he holds out his hand.
I'll shake it.
Excellent, excellent. He goes, now let me go make my preparations, and you guys just sit and wait. And he goes off into another little part of the warehouse. It's kind of like his little office where he does a lot of his communications and stuff. And as he's sitting there, you see a bunch of his goons kind of just looking at you weirdly, and they go back to playing their sabag, having their drinks and talking.
So I'll take his map data and I'll make sure it's entered into my data pad so I have it all my personal info, and I'll give that to someone else so I have it as well, and we have an extra copy.
All right. And don't have a picture.
Yeah,
Yeah, keep on.
I was just gonna say I'll load it in my data pad as well, and I'll look at Sakai and say, you know, this is actually one of the best plans that we've ever come up with, believe it or not.
Wait, we have plans?
Stowing away in the crates. We've never done that level of planning before. This seems brilliant.
I kind of look really confused because this is my first mission with y'all. I'm like, really? That wasn't even the greatest plan. My face looks really confused. I'm just like, I can't imagine less planning. I'm a very planning type of person, so to me that was like, okay, it was basic.
This will be, how do you guys say it? Piece of pie.
Are you a Zabrak?
Yes.
Zabrak? Okay. Yeah, I thought so with the name, but I wasn't sure. Okay. I'll just look confused because I don't eat pie. Maybe I guess I do. I don't know. I eat little rats and like live bugs and shit.
Gotcha. Please don't eat my Bothan.
He's too big.
He's not a giant rat.
As they're talking, I'm like, I'm kind of slyly looking into some of these crates.
Okay.
Kind of, what's in here?
You see as you're looking, weapons. There's like you said, he deals in antiquities too. So you see some nothing that would probably interest you. It's more like priceless jewelry and clothing and other kind of goods. Nothing of rarity. Anything that you would assume that anything that he had of real value would probably be in his office or a more secure place where he keeps that. But a lot of this stuff is a lot of his other business dealings he does. He's known as the big smuggler around from what you've gathered from Ramoon, that anything that needs to be smuggled, Heavy Gan takes it. Any other smugglers that try to come in here either have to deal through him or he drives them out one way or the other. He either does it through force or through mere just intimidation itself. So, but he is the guy. So you've come to the right place. So, about an hour and a half goes by. Gan comes out. He informs you that the deal's been made. Gets you guys in your crates. Locks them down, but they're breathable. You guys aren't going to suffocate them. He's going to ensure that.
Yeah, I apologize to I'm sorry, Bothan dude. What's your name?
Miko.
Yeah, I apologize to Miko because I'm like all slimy. I'm covered in oil. I'm not like snakes aren't really slimy, and my species isn't slimy, but I am particularly slimy because I never clean myself when I work on machines all the time. I'm like covered in oil and crap. So yeah, I'm what you think of a snake to be, but it's not really. But I am. So I'm sorry. I apologize to you when you get in on top of my oil covered carcass.
You just hear Miko go, "Oh, this plan is great. Oh man, this is wonderful."
And Dow kind of sits in his kind of like Indian style. It's like, my box is so nice and cozy.
Shut up, Dow.
And as you guys are talking, Gan lightly knocks on them and goes, "Okay, guys, now you need to keep it down. We're going to start making our way out towards the mansion. Be about 10-15 minutes, and we'll be at the dock, and we'll have you guys loaded up."
So I made sure all my electronic gear is all turned off so they can't detect it if I have anything like that, just in case.
Okay, I would like to sense Heavy Gan's emotional state right now as he's like locking us in.
Okay. All right, so you have two choices. Or three, actually. You can either not sense anything. You can flip it with a destiny point and take 2 strain, or you can use it and take 1 point of confidence. So I will leave it up to you.
Well, I think we're going to need some of our destiny points, so I'm willing, because of my nervousness, and because he's locking us in a crate, I'm willing to use tap into the dark side and take one conflict.
Okay. As you're sensing what his state of mind is, you sense that he's excited. Um, if you, it doesn't seem like he's trying to trick you or betray you. I mean, he seems genuine. He knows it's a risk, but he knows that he's not the only one taking the risk. You guys are too. But if the
Okay.
plan comes off, he's going to make a lot of money. So he's more excited than he is worried. Because if
Okay.
you guys fail, he figures that he's just starting trouble, and his point's going to be proven regardless if he makes the money or doesn't get the things. It just makes a bunch of trouble for the governor. At this point, you get the sense that the governor's made him angry enough that he's just basically wanting to screw the governor over.
Okay.
But he's not trying to screw you guys over. The more that's, you can sense that is for him and not towards you guys. He's actually, in a way, hoping you guys pull this off. Because, like I said, he wants that money. So.
All right, great. I feel a little bit better about being locked in a box now, if that's possible.
Depending on what if you wouldn't have convinced him, could have been a lot tougher. So you guys feel it, the box is getting picked up, loaded up on what you appear to be like speeder or some kind of skiff or something, and feel the bumps and the moving. And about 10 or 15 minutes, the skiff stops and you hear footsteps and you hear and then the sound of as the door opens, and you feel the crates get picked up again and set down. You hear footsteps walking away, and now you guys, what appears to be left alone. You guys coming out right away, or you're gonna wait a little bit?
Yeah, I'll wait a little bit. I'll give it an extra 5 or 10 minutes.
Okay. About 10 minutes pass, and you hear footsteps get closer, and then stop for a minute, and then stop for a minute. But they're getting quieter now as they're walking. It sounds like they're walking away.
I'm going to go ahead and peek.
Okay. As you're peeking, you notice that you see 2 guards. It looks like just doing like a patrol. So you hear that as you're looking, and they're still listening. You hear the footsteps getting closer. Stop. And you look around, get closer, right up to you. Look around, and then walk up to the door, and you see it open and then close.
Okay. Do I hear any more footsteps, like, coming closer, or?
Nope. They walked out the door.
Okay.
What appears to be probably from your guys' map, where the skywalk is. So they went back out of the security area into the skywalk area.
Okay, coast is clear. Let's go.
Okay, so you guys jumping out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try to get out as quietly as possible.
All right. Now, when you guys got the map, where you came in, the back entrance, you're in the circular room now. It's got all these artifacts sitting around. There is like an interior kind of like half wall. It doesn't go all the way, so there's space, and there's some more artifacts in there. It looks like it's displayed like for a museum, but you are in the security area, so not everybody gets into this area.
Okay, so I want to.
So I'm just kind of describing the map, so you guys kind of have an idea. So you guys are sitting at the bottom of this circle, the one circle where the center circle kind of the area faces a little bit away from you. The doorway to the skywalk goes around that center circle wall, inner wall area out. Off to your right, there's a doorway that goes into more of the secured wing. From the map, you know that there's a room, like a room with another circle that's connected on. So this room's really odd shaped. It's got the one wall from the circle that you guys are in, and then it's got another circle from where, again, marked where the holocron is and where the other things that he wants are. It's a different section of this secured wing. You guys are kind of in the main section. There's another room, and then there's the smaller circular room where the holocron is.
Okay, so I want to flip down my scanner goggles.
Okay.
And like power up all my gear and just like search around with those, and because they can see in the dark better than me. And I'll just make sure there's no cameras or anything like that we couldn't see because it's like dark and stuff.
You hear Miko just go, "Hey, scanner goggles," and he flips his down too.
Nice.
All right. You guys look around. Doesn't appear to be any cameras. The doors are open. They're unlocked. The only door that's locked is the door that is going out to the skywalk. So you guys are all pretty well self-contained in there. No cameras. I want you guys to make. Are you guys looking at the artifacts and all that stuff too?
I was going to look at them and just sort of see if they were the ones we were looking for, but you mentioned that we know they're in a different room, so I wasn't going to bother.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, can I use a lore to examine the artifacts and see if I know anything about any of them?
You don't need to. A lot of these artifacts that he's got in this room that you're in right now is more art pieces, like very expensive art pieces, like sculptures, paintings, like pottery, but not like the stuff that Miko saw. This is more ancient pottery. From the intelligence you got, the stuff that you are looking for, like I said, the more Jedi, Force using, really exotic looking stuff is in that one room. The stuff in that room is more the really expensive art.
Okay.
It's like basically his private collection he keeps in this room. The other room, the one room connecting, is more like ancient weapons, not powerful weapons, more weapons that aren't in service anymore. That would any weapons these days would be extremely obsolete. I mean, it's like sticks and stones compared to guns. Basically, these weapons that he's got in this next room are just more for show, but they're extremely old and extremely priceless. So he keeps in this, and then that other room is the gold mine.
Okay. I start commenting about, we should be careful. There might be kind of like tripwires or anything like that. Let's try not to touch anything that isn't our goal.
You see Miko almost touching like a sword, and you're like, that might be a good idea. All right.
With you guys' scans, as you're scanning this room, there doesn't appear to be any cameras, tripwires, or nothing in this room. What it appears to be is it's so secure getting in here, they don't worry about security inside it. It appears that the security to get into this place is tough enough. They don't think they need to watch it that exclusively. At least the governor doesn't anyway.
Yeah, so I'll tell Dow that, and then but I'll keep my eye out as we move into other rooms just in case there is anything that pops up on scan.
Okay, when we get to the doorway, I'd like to again sense what's on the other side.
When you're walking to the next room to go towards the holocron?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's open, so you're able to see. There's no like doors. There's just doorways. It's like in a museum. You've got these doorways that aren't closed off. You just walk through it.
Okay.
The only places that are
But we'll
closed
be
off.
trying to be as stealthy as possible.
Okay, if you want to go for stealth, then average 2 purple stealth check from all 3 of you.
Oof. Okay.
Wow, the dice are not with you.
No, they're not on today.
No.
I squeak through somehow.
All right, I'm going to say with the advantages and the successes 2 out of the 3 of you made, you guys are helping each other, so you guys are keeping quiet enough. As you guys are making your way, you hear the door open from the skywalk again, and as you're hiding, you see 2 palace guards. What they look like they don't look like the Imperial guards, but they are heavily armored. They have a blaster, pistol, knife. They're protected. They're security, but they're not extravagant. And they just walk. 2 of them walk through from the one room. Because you guys are in the middle room. They walk past you guys. Don't even notice you. Walk into the secure room. Stop for a minute. Walk to the middle room where you guys are at. Stop for a minute. Walk back into the art room. And after a few minutes, you hear shh, shh, and the door open and close again. And they're gone. So you guys want to proceed?
Let us get out of here before the next patrol.
Yeah, let's be quick about it.
And
Alright.
I glare at Miko and I say, "You were just as loud as you were in that pottery shop. Try to keep it down, Miko."
There's lots of interesting things here. I didn't hear them come up. That's my bad. I'll tone it down.
All right. So you guys are making your way into the secured room, and as you guys as Miko and Sakai get into the room, you start seeing blips under all these artifacts. Bing, 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 bing. The information that it is telling you is that every one of these artifacts that are sitting in here, if you just pick them right up, they're going to set off alarms. There doesn't seem to be any way to do it without setting off the alarms.
Is there like a security box that all the alarms are hooked up to? Or would that be like somewhere else?
Okay, I'm going to give this to you. Yes, there is, but what it looks like is from your scanner goggles, you notice that the wires or whatever they're using to connect these goes into the mansion area. So it appears that whatever the security box is not even in this section. It's in the mansion itself.
Gotcha. Okay.
And from what you guys can gather, there's no way to cut it without tripping. Either way, you're going to trip the alarms, whether you pick the stuff up or try to tamper with it in any way.
So, yeah, we look at each other and we're just like, oh, this, I can't do it. And we're like, oh, we can't hack this one. Go ahead.
Can we see what kind of tripwire it is? Maybe we can trick it somehow. I'm talking like Indiana Jones, place the bag of sand.
No, these are basically the way you guys are detecting it, if you mess with it in any way, shape, or form, even if you just bump it, it's going to set off an alarm. These things are very sensitive, so you guys know that no matter what you're going to do, you're going to set off alarms. The governor set this, from what you can determine, he set it up purposely this way, so if anybody messed with it without him turning off the security, he'd know. Even if the security guards touched the stuff, they'd set it alarms too. So
it looks like we lost Nick.
Yeah, we lost Nick. Well, I see one of two options. We each pick one item, maybe 2, pick them up, and start fighting our way out, or we take the long route, go disable it through the mansion, go disable the security through the mansion, and come back and do it stealthily.
I was also thinking maybe we could. No, I guess that won't work. Well, I was thinking we could trip it and then hide, so they'll come in and be like, "Oh man, this damn thing's freaking out again." But with the distraction going on concurrently, that and won't, they'll know something's up. They won't just think something's messing up. So yeah, man, I say we try to grab 1 or 2 items, um, all at the same time, and just run. Just get the hell out of here.
Fight our way through?
Yeah, I mean, just fight our way out and get out. Hopefully, the distraction will go off and get draw enough out that we can get away. I mean, I'm up for trying to sneak in, but I feel like that's going to cause a hell of a lot more trouble than it's actually going to stop. So it'd probably be easier just to grab the shit and run.
The other thing we could do is we can set off the alarm, hide. They come in, everything's fine, they check on it, and like, oh damn, the alarm's going crazy. And then they leave, we set off the alarm again, hide again, and make them believe. We do that a couple times, make them believe that the alarm is on, is freaking out. It's not working.
Yeah. Maybe they'll just turn it off.
Yeah, who knows? But that might take a little while, and we could all screw it up. So
yeah.
I don't know.
And as you guys are talking, you start to hear the door open again. And as you guys have been timing out, it's the patrol's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So we gotta hide.
Yeah, let's hide.
So go ahead and do another stealth check. I'm gonna roll for because Dow's not here. His stealth check.
And this is average?
Yeah, same one as before.
Come on. Yeah, okay. I'll take 2 strain.
Oh Lord.
Alright, I'm gonna say because you guys got practice, and I rolled for Dow, so you guys got hidden again. Unfortunately, when you guys hide, you bump one of the devices, and the alarms start to sound. So they look, and they're looking around, going, "What the hell?" And the guy goes, "Damn it, you bumped it again." And he gets on the comm link. He goes, "All right, that was dipshit again. He bumped the damn thing. So you guys turn this off and reset it." They hear over the comm, "Yeah, it's going to take about 5 or 10 minutes." And they look around, they're looking, they go, "All right, so the alarm will be down for how long?" And you hear a pause for a minute. He goes, "It's going to take about 10 minutes. You've got until it turns back on." He goes, "Okay. Get it back on. We'll be on our next round of patrol in here. We should be good." And he clicks it off, and they start walking back out. You guys still got your scanner goggles on?
Yes.
Okay, you notice that the red bleeps you were seeing turn off.
Well, now's about as good a time as any.
Yeah, man, I look at you with my bright blue eyes shining out of my oily, gross, dark scales, and it's just, you see the glint of gold in my eye, baby. I'm ready to get paid real quick.
Should we wait for these guys to leave, or should we just...
Yeah, we need to wait to hear that door close while they go into the skywalk, but then we'll get right to work.
All right.
I'm going to assume that you guys, waited until they got in the art room before you guys started talking.
Oh, yeah, and we're whispering super quietly.
Yeah, right. And as you guys are just about halfway through your conversation, you hear the door close. When you said, "We'll just wait until the door closes," and you hear the door open and close.
Perfect. Let's go.
Yeah,
and we definitely get the holocron.
Okay.
But what else do we want to get? Do we want to get... Hey, Dow.
I'm back.
No problem.
Go ahead, man.
Okay, so I'm going to fill him in real quick on what he missed. Okay, you guys made your... Where did you leave off at, Nick?
Well, I kind of left off when I guess we were just kind of looking into the other room, and a couple of guards walked away after we were sneaking.
Okay. You guys made your way. You guys made your way into where the holocron was. Sakei's and Miko's goggles triggered. Noticed that all the holocron and all the artifacts in there, if you'd have tampered with it or picked it up in any way, would have set off alarms.
Mm-hmm.
So they were just trying to formulate a plan to do it, and their plan was to keep setting off the alarms, hiding, and make so that the guards think it was malfunctioning to reset. Well, the guards came in on their patrol, did another stealth check, and I rolled for yours because I saw what your stealth check was. You failed, Archie failed, but Miko passed. I made it so you guys were fine, but in the process you bumped one of the artifacts. Set off the alarms. The guards were looking around, still couldn't find you guys, so they thought that the other one bumped the artifact, set off the alarms. So now they turned off the alarms for a reset. They said about 5 or 10 minutes before the reset happened. They just walked out, and so these guys are starting to grab everything that they can while the alarms are off.
All right, and what do we see in this room that's an available target?
You see all 5 of the things that Yan described he wanted, plus the holocron. And who grabbed the holocron? Which one of you two grabbed it?
I'll grab it.
Yeah, I'm very interested in that Cortosis sword.
Okay,
that
so
intrigues me.
Miko's got the holocron. Sakei's got the sword, and it still leaves the ore chunk with the gems, the war mask, the idol, and the data chips.
I'll also grab the data chips because I can copy that data for myself and then give it back to his ass.
Okay.
And I'll grab the rest.
Okay. So you guys all grab that stuff. Are you guys going to beeline it out, or are you going to stealth your way out?
Oh, I say we stealth it because we still have the element of surprise on it. I mean, we don't have to. We don't have to run.
Okay.
We can stealth sneak.
Now, you know the patrol will be coming here soon, but more than likely they said they'd be in here by the time the alarm got reset. So, where do you guys want to hide?
I'm thinking maybe in the armor room with all those weapons and suits of armor. Maybe we could hide behind it.
Okay.
Not bad, fine. I get my blaster pistol out just in case I need it.
Okay. You got everything?
Also, what's the ceiling look like? Is it a drop ceiling that someone could climb into, perhaps?
No, that's all solid. This place is basically like a vault, but it's very solid. But it's you got the blast door where you came in at. You got the skywalk door, which is a very secure door. But the walls look like they're solid, vault-like. I mean, this is a secured wing, so I mean it's going to take some heavy explosives to get anything through the ceiling, floor, walls. So your only way out is either through the back entrance, which he said you needed heavy explosives just to try to blast your way out of that, or the skywalk, which is the way you guys were going to have to go out anyway.
And they're about to open that door for us, right?
Yeah, I think their patrol comes through on time. But
yeah, so maybe we should. I was thinking I would try to hide in one of those boxes. Do I have time to go and hide in one of those boxes? Because I'm big, man. It's hard for me to hide.
Yeah, you got about 3 or 4 minutes till the alarms will be set off.
Yeah, so I'll say, man, maybe we should try to sneak out the door when they go into the alarmed room. And so, like, let's hide close to the door. Like, I'm going to try to hide in these boxes, and I'm just going to head over there and do that.
Yeah, because the boxes or the crates where you guys were at are in the art room, which is the room that is where the skywalk is.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I thought that was in between, so good.
No,
perfect.
you had the room you came in where the art room
art.
is.
I think you said armor. Yeah, okay.
No, art. And then the room next to that's the armor and weapons room, and then you had the holocron room where everything else was.
Well, as long as we can get them on the other side of us from the door, we'll be good to go.
Right. Yeah, you can hide anywhere, but you probably wouldn't want to hide in the secure room because they're going to come right in there first when those alarms go on. So okay, so average stealth checks then, like you guys have made before.
I'm going to use a destiny point if everyone's okay with that, because my stealth isn't too great.
Yeah,
go for it.
Would it be possible for me to get a boost because I tried to get inside that crate?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. If you guys are gonna hide in the crate, I'll give you. If anybody wants to hide in the crate, it'll be 1 for stealth, and easy. If you want to just hide
Okay.
in the general room, it'll be the average 2. So I'll
Okay,
leave it
cool.
up to you which way you're. So, Archie's gonna hide in one of the crates. It's okay. Nico, are you hiding in a crate, or are you gonna hide general?
I think we're gonna hide in general.
I still failed it. I still failed. I can't even hide in a damn crate.
Okay.
It's a
I'll
disgrace.
I'll hide in a crate as well. Oh man, we suck.
Okay. So you
You
see
hear us just clattering
Dow.
around.
Okay, so this is what happens. Dow and Sakei hide in the crate. Miko is hiding behind a sculpture that's in there, and the alarm. You wait about a minute or two. The lighting just goes all red, and you hear claxons. And as you're waiting over, you hear and you hear okay, you hear two sets of footprints coming in, and they say, "Over there!" I need you guys to roll cool checks. Rolling initiative.
My cool is too green. Alright.
It's just no difficulty, just. Alright, so.
I'm like the coolest dude ever. Man, look at me.
Whoa.
Oh!
Boom, baby. You can't.
Super.
Yeah.
Okay, so I roll for them. Oh crap, I reset it. I gotta turn off the reset button. Alright, so we're gonna go PC, NPC, PC, NPC, PC. So, whoever wants to go first. You see the 2 guards. They ran from the skywalk. The door opened up. They went to run towards a room. They stopped in between the doorway to the room and the skywalk, and they looked, and they pointed towards to see who had the worst out of those checks. Let's see.
That would
Oh
be
yeah,
Sakei.
it was Sakei. So they pointed towards the crates, the one that Sakei's in. They noticed that the lid's a little bit off, and they see a little bit of his tail just sticking out just enough. I mean, it's just like that much, but it's just enough. And these guys are good. They're well trained. They point over there.
What the best part is that Sakei thinks he's totally hidden, and his
Yep.
tail is kind of swaying back and forth from happiness.
It's just like just that's all I see. It's just enough though for these well-trained guards to see. So, who wants to go first?
So I'm hiding behind like a statue, right? Is that near the door where they're coming out of?
Yeah, you're actually near where the doorway to the room is. So you're actually pretty close. The crates are behind you, so they're a little bit further away. So from them, you're at short to almost engaged, where they're at short range. Short to medium. That's what the crates are.
Oh, so I'm that close to the crates, not to the guards.
No, you're close. You're within short range of the crates. You're within short to engage, like right on the precipice to the guards. So you're closer to the guards than you are to the crates.
Okay, I'm gonna do something a little weird if I can.
Okay.
If you guys don't mind. I'm gonna take my lightsaber out and cut the statue and try to push it onto the guards.
Okay. All right. So that would be a. Ooh, how am I going to call that? That would be a. Well, the cutting it shouldn't be too difficult, but athletics check is what I'm going to go with.
Okay.
Difficulty of 3. This
Great.
thing's kind of heavy. I mean, especially compared to your size.
Mm-hmm.
If it was Dow, it would probably be a 2, but to you, it's more of a 3.
Does anyone mind if I use a point here?
Go
Go
ahead,
right
brother.
ahead.
That's all good.
And you
Save
used
us,
one,
yeah.
Dow? Dow, did
Yeah.
you use one or not?
I did use one, but I didn't click it, so here we go.
Okay, all right. I clicked it.
I'll let you do it.
Okay.
Okay.
I just trying to remember. Okay, so there we go.
All right. Here we go. So I give advantage. I get advantage. That's it.
All right, so what do you want to do with your advantage? You can pass 2 boost dice off to the next PC, or you can pass 1 boost die to any one of them you want to choose. That's more selective. Or you can do something.
Can't you also use it to say maybe as a statue falls, it gives them setback dice because they're startled by it?
Yes, I will do that. So if you want to do that, I'll give them
I want
setbacks
to
on
do
their
that.
attacks. All right,
I will give them
so
setback.
as you, all of a sudden, they're looking at the crate, looking at Sakane where he's at. All of a sudden, they hear this zzz of the lightsaber igniting. Then slicing through, they look, and as they look, they see this sculpture statue just come right at them. They react just in time, but I mean, it startles them. Like, what the hell's going on? And now it's the first palace guard's turn. So at that, he's gonna move to He's gonna move back to take cover over by the skyway door. So he moves and aims his weapon towards where the sculpture's at, and that's his turn. So you got the one guard that's still standing there, and the other guard moved over to the skywalk door area, and he's got his weapon pointed at your direction, Nico. And that ends his turn. So, who wants to go next?
I'd be glad to pop out of that box and just take a pot shot at that guy with my blaster pistol.
The closest guy to you.
Yeah, the closest one.
All right. You're at short range from him, so that would be 1 purple.
All right. Only an advantage.
Okay.
With that advantage, I'll just pass a boost die to Sakai.
All right. So you took a pot shot at him. You missed. It went over his shoulder and hit the wall. So now he, noticing which direction that shot come from, he was already looking that direction and looked back and then noticed it. So he's thinking it came from Sakai's area. So he takes a shot at Sakai. Because he doesn't notice you yet now. Oh no, he would, because you popped out and shot him. So now he would, seeing you shooting at him, he's going to take a shot at you. So it's 1 purple, but he's got a. I'm going to give him the 2 setback because the one guy moved. So I'm going to double penalize him because of that and the surprise attack. So.
I'm also in the box trying to get some cover. I haven't completely come out, so maybe I could get a cover bonus.
Okay. Actually, that's how I'll justify that second one. I'm going to still give the other guy a setback, because now this is... Okay, so that's what we'll do. 2 setback on that, and let's see, he's light ranged. Rolls.
Yikes.
Ooh. So he hits you for, let's see,
I make a shoot.
7, 8, 9. So he hits you for 9.
Damn, son.
All right, I'll take 5 of those wounds.
Okay.
Nice. Oh, you're beefy, Zabrak. I like that Zabrak right there. Yes, take a shot, sir. That shit would have killed me, man.
And as he takes the shot, he moves back to where his buddy is. So now they're medium range from you two in the crates and short range from Nico. So whose turn is it next? It is Sakai's turn.
Okay, so I also want to do something kind of strange.
Okay.
Let me just run this by you to see if I can get it going first. I want to kind of like put the box. I want to like roll the box on top of me, so like the open part is on the bottom, and I kind of want to like use it as cover and just like snake my way towards the door with the box on my head.
Okay. And
like, what is the box made out of? Like, is the shot just gonna go right through that and kill me, or is it gonna provide any cover of significance?
it'll provide you a cover bonus because they don't know exactly where you're at, especially if you set it down when you get into place. But the blaster pistol will go through the crate. I mean,
so it's a crap shot if they hit me within the box. But
it's not wooden, but it's more the metallic polymer type stuff.
It's not going to stop a blaster bolt.
It's not going to stop it, but it will at least give them a harder shot to make.
Well, I still want to do that. I want to move to within short range of them. I was like, okay, so Miko, Dow, and then I want to kind of snake my way around here, so we kind of have like a half circle.
Okay. All right.
You're gonna pull a Metal Gear Solid Snake.
Solid Snake.
Oh!
And then, did you want to do anything? Because you can make that maneuver easily. So that
Okay, cool. Yeah, then I'll try to like stick my arm out and try to shoot in the general direction of a guy, and get back.
Okay, well they're both at the skywalk area, so they're not.
Oh, cool. So I can pretty much see where they're at. I'll just try to take a shot at them real quick with my light blaster pistol.
So you're at short, so that'd be difficulty 1.
Let's see. I have 2 agility. I don't have any skills in that. And I get a boost from Nick, right? From
yes,
Cal, he
correct.
gets a boost. Okay, that's a boost. Anything else I need to add on there?
Nope.
Okay. Oh, can I disarm somebody with that?
I'll say yes. So yeah, I'll give that to you. So you shoot. You don't hit them, but you hit the one guard that had shot and hit Dow.
Good.
That's the only one that has shot yet, and you knock his weapon right out of his hand. You don't destroy it. You just knock it, like it hits the grip, and pew, but it doesn't destroy the weapon. It just sizzles it, and now it's on the ground, so he's gonna have to pick it up his next round. So.
Okay, so you see this little slimy little T-Rex hand pop out, pew, shoot his gun out of his hand, and just kind of pop back under the crate, crate pop back to the ground.
All right, so that ends your turn then, and we go to the top initiative rules. So that would be whoever wants to go first of you guys. New round.
Go ahead, Miko.
Okay. I'm gonna take a light blaster shot at one of them.
One's armed and one's not armed, so.
I'll go ahead and take a shot at the unarmed one.
Okay.
And this is
still one difficulty.
One difficulty? Okay.
Yep.
This will be a stun shot too. So.
You're just stunning him? Okay.
Yeah. So that is what, 8?
Let's see what's your.
If you have a blaster pistol, it normally does 6, so that would be 9.
Oh. Okay.
Yep. So. Yeah, you hit him, and you hit him with the stun. It knocks him to his knees. He's not out, but you hit him pretty decently. You put him down to his knees. So.
Great. And I'll pass on the boost die.
Okay. To the next player. All right. So we go back to NPC, and it'd be the guy that the guy who's not on the ground and not lost his pistol. He's gonna take a shot at you, Miko. So let's see. And actually, I'm gonna use a destiny point, and he's gonna go for stun on you also.
Oh no!
Oh! So let's see. So this is a stun. So this is on your strain. So 6 doesn't crit. Well, he does crit.
Does soak affect stun?
Yes.
Okay.
It does.
So 3.
So that hits on your strain. And he did crit you. So What is that? He hits you with the stun, and not only does it stun you for that, but so you scattered sense is perfect for this one. So when he hits you with the stun, he hits you good enough to where you remove all boost die from your skill checks until the end of this encounter. So if somebody passes on a boost dice to you, you lose it automatically. So.
Cool.
All right.
So I do not
And
lose die.
so, and he's gonna stay there and wait for his buddy to see what he does, and we're gonna go to the next guy. So, Nick or Sakei,
Go ahead, brother.
or Sakei or Dow. Sorry.
Okay, so are these guys on the same floor as us?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would basically love to run up and close the distance using Sakei's box as a jumping off point, and just leap at them with my vibro daggers.
Okay. So then that would be. Well, I'd say you can do the leaping because it's not like a force power. You don't need that. I mean, anybody can do what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. I'll
So
probably take 2 strain for drawing my weapons and moving.
okay, sounds good. And then so what is
And then
those knives? Melee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Difficulty of 2, so 2 purple on that for the attack.
All right. And here we go. Only an advantage.
All right, so you
With
see
that
where-
advantage, I'm going to say that, I'm kind of tangled up with them, and I set them up for my next friend's attack.
Okay. So are you tangling both up or just one of them?
Probably just one of them, passing on to a boost die to whoever attacks the one that I'm engaged with, because I'm having his back turned to, let's just say, Sakei.
All right. So the guy who now is tangled up. Let's see, athletics check to get out of it for the guy who's tied up on the floor. Now he's not only doesn't have his weapon, he's on his knees, and now he's tied up with you. So, let's see. What's your brawn?
My brawn is a 3.
Sorry, brawl.
My brawl, that's also going to be a 3.
Okay.
But my melee is going to be a 3, 2 greens and a yellow, I should say. That's melee.
Okay, yeah, he's trying to get he's trying to pull out of what this is like kind of an opposed roll. So
Okay.
it's his athletics versus your I'm saying brawl because you're more fighting. He's just trying to escape. So
All right, that's 3 green.
it would be 3 purple for the difficulty,
Okay.
and I'm gonna give him a setback too because he is. Oh yeah, he doesn't get out, and in the process he wrenches himself, so he takes because he doesn't have strain. Oh wait, and oh yeah, that's. But so that's 6. Okay, so he's down to 6. Okay, so he injures himself. He's already stung, disoriented, and then he's trying to get you off, and he just can't do it. So
Okay.
he's tied up, and that ends his turn. So 'cause he can't move. So that goes to Sakei then.
All right, so I'm gonna. I imagine like when I heard my dog running towards the crate, and like I'd kind of like lifted it up, and I saw him jumping, and so like I like helped him tossed it up. Now I'm standing up, and I don't have the crate on me anymore, and I want to switch to stun setting on my gun because that seems like a good idea. Now that I saw me go not trying to kill somebody, I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. So
Okay.
I'll shoot the guy with his back to me with my stun setting weapon.
Okay, okay, so there's two guys. There's one that's
The one that's grappled, and he turned his back to me so I could put him down. I'm gonna shoot him.
okay.
The one that Dow has a hold to.
He tangled up both of them. The one that was on the floor tried to escape and he couldn't. So that's the guy without the gun.
Big as hell, Dow. You grabbing two people at once.
Yes. Well, they've gotta make athletics checks to get out of it. So.
Well, they're scrubs, and I'm very impressed with Dow right now. So I'm just gonna shoot the dude who's closest to me. If whichever one is the most exposed to me, I'm gonna shoot him.
Would probably be the guy that's got the weapon, because the one guy that was down on his knees is more tangled up now than he was before. So.
That sounds good. I'd like to maybe shoot his weapon out of his hand too. Let's do that. So do I get any kind of boost or anything on this, or that's?
Yeah, you do the one that Nick or Dow passed on to you from the last roll.
So I'm getting one boost. 2 greens and against 1 purple because short range?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's see what we got. And I still didn't even hit a motherfucker. Okay, well, I'm giving Miko a boost that he can't use because I don't.
Well,
he can't use it.
It's whoever's next on the round, so.
Oh, I guess Dow can go and just put these boys down because he's got a hold to him.
Right.
Yeah. Or you could use it to recover a strain or other stuff too.
I'll give the boost because I have a little bit of a strain threshold. I've only taken a couple. That's all right. We need to get out of here. I'll pass the boost to whoever uses it.
Okay.
Good.
So then that goes to the top of the round, and whoever wants to go first.
So I'll go first. That way I could utilize that boost.
Okay.
I'll just try to attack these guys again with my vibro daggers.
Okay. So
and you said it was 2 purple.
Yeah. Which one are you going to attack?
I'm going to attack the guy that I'm tangled up with.
Okay, more tangled up with, because the other guy, you were trying to keep them both back. He tried to get away, so you more shifted it towards the guy that's already down, as opposed to the other guy. So that guy's more loosened up than.
Yeah. So I'll do that, and that's going to be 2 purple, you said?
Yes, for the melee. Yep.
Any boost die because he's tangled up and on the floor?
Yes, I'll give you another boost dice, so it'll be 2 boosts.
Oh, cool. All right, great. Let's see what happens with this. Oh, nice.
Oh! Okay, so what's your...
The vibro knife will do, let's see here. Okay, it's Pierce 2, and it'll do 4, 5, 6, 8 damage.
All right, so how did you take this guy out? You basically killed him.
Okay, I'm just going to say that as I have him entangled on the floor, I kind of do like a roll over him as I stab him in the chest, and then stand up on the other side, just very martial arts style, and beckon the other guy forward. And with my triumph, I'd like to say that I noticed something on that guy, if possible, that would, like a security badge or an ID tag or a little cylinder tube that I could use to hopefully get past these doors.
Well, now the skywalk doors are open right now, so...
Yeah, but maybe there's other stuff down the way, so maybe I noticed something on him that might help us later.
At the end of this combat round, or at the end of combat, remind me about it if I don't remember, and I'll let you know what that is. But I do have that marked, that you do find something.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I'll roll out. All right, so let's see. It is now the guy with the other weapon, and because I forgot to use a setback the last 2 times, he's going to actually have a setback this time. So he's going to try to take a shot at you, Dow, because you're right there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to try to stun you too again this time. So he's actually going to try to kill you because you're there. You just seen his buddy go. So, but he's in engaged rage with you. So it's going to be that's 2 purple.
Okay.
Because he's engaged with you. It's 1 setback. Well, actually, no. Yeah. He's going to use his vibro knife. So that's melee. So 2. That. All right. All right. So his vibro knife, so that's 3 damage. With Pierce 2, like yours, so probably doesn't do anything to you, does it?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Pierce 2, doesn't it get through 2 points of
Oh,
soak?
Yeah.
So in a sense, it did 5 damage, right? Because you said it was 3 damage, Pierce
Okay.
2.
Okay. Your soak is what?
I have a soak of 4.
Okay, now here's what it does is it minuses 2 from your soak. So that puts you at a soak 2. You get 1 point of damage.
1 point of damage. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
So he goes after you because he just seems by you try to. So he draws his knife and he goes for you, but he doesn't get off the shot. So basically, or the stab like once. Basically, he's got the knife like this, and you're like right here, so he goes like that, and just basically puts a nice little scrape on your face, nice little gash right here. So you got a nice little scar going right here.
Can we say that as he does that, I roll with it, and I kind of spin him into the wall, giving him 3 strain for his 3 threats?
Yeah, so I was going to do something like that, yeah. So we'll do that. Okay, so that ends his turn. And he's going to stay, yeah, I mean, he's right there, so he's not even going to, oh, wait. No, he's not going to be able to, okay, that's what I'm going to do. What was your brawl again?
My brawl?
Yeah.
It's going to be 3 greens.
So 3 purple. He's going to try to break away from you. He does not, but now he recovers the 3. Well, no, he doesn't take it. So with that, he's going to take 3 boosts on his next combat check if he makes it that far. So, but he doesn't get out of the grapple. But he's now moved you into a position where he might be able to strike you pretty good next time. That's what the 3 boosts are.
Oh, okay. I thought he was he attacking me or trying to grapple me?
Well, he was attacking you, but the way you had set up yourself on that door, you were trying to block them both. Well, you took out the one guy, but he was loosened up a bit. This is how I'm seeing it. So when he couldn't quite just like run out, he would have had to push you away. So when he went in to go attack, he kind of put himself back into a grapple. So now he's trying to move back out, and he wasn't.
Gotcha. Okay.
I know some GMs might argue with me, but that's how I see it in my head. So.
Cool.
And it sounds way cooler. So, all right. So then it would be whoever wants to go, Miko or Sakai.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
All right. I walk out from behind Dow. I'm just gonna take a shot at this guy. 4, and am I close range or?
You're walking up to.
No, I'm just walking behind Dow so I can get a shot at.
Oh, you'd still be at short range. If you're just trying to get a better shot, I could say you can move, but you'd still be within short range. So it'd still be difficult to one on a shot.
Cool.
You want to roll me a setback real quick, just a black die one? I was going to give you a setback because he's in the way because they're grappling each other. It's okay. You still hit him though, so it just means you don't get the advantage. What's your blaster pistol again? 6?
Yeah. 6.
So that'd be 7 with his soak. So all right. So you hit him. He's looking a little beat up. Not too bad though. He takes a shot right in the side and he winces a bit, but like you say, he's trying to get off away from Dow, so he's all tangled up. So he doesn't really notice all that much. So you want to, and you moved, and you shot, so that's your turn.
Yep.
It's the case turn because the other guy's gone. So
I'll point my pistol. I'm gonna close the distance, like right up in his grill face. I'm gonna point my pistol at him, and I'm gonna say, "Surrender or die." That's a threat. I don't actually intend to kill him. My gun's still on stun, but I'm trying to get him to walk us out of here.
And he says, no chance.
Oh, well, I'll just shoot him in his head with my stun-setting pistol then. Let's do that.
Okay. So 2 difficulty because you're at close range. So
Okay. And just no boost, no nothing. Just hit it up.
Yeah, because
Watch me miss this right in his face. Yep.
Oh man,
So-
you called it.
you did call it. So you shoot, and the end basically he just dodges enough, so it just misses little.
Yeah,
Because
like-
it's just so close, it doesn't get to widen out. So it's just like this little circle that would have hit his head and rung his bell, and just boom, right into the wall and just dissipates.
I hiss at him real angrily, but well, no, I mean I'm not really angry. I just hiss at him. So that's
All right. So that ends that round, and we go back. So it's a PC.
Dow, would you like to do the honors?
Well, I don't know. Do you guys want him alive? You guys could shoot him and take him alive with stun.
I mean, out of game, I don't mind either way. But Miko doesn't feel like killing people who doesn't really deserve it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
man. I don't want to kill him actually. I mean, I was just trying to make him walk us out of here.
All right, so I'm gonna aim at him because we're already engaged, so I don't have to move anywhere. So that'll give me a boost, and I'll just make another attack.
Okay.
Well, that's a failure with a whole lot of advantage. What I think I'm gonna do with all that advantage is force the target to drop a melee weapon that they're wielding.
Okay.
Probably by kicking it out of his hand or something. I didn't strike him with the knife, but I kicked his hand.
Yeah, you can still get a strain back or pass a boost with that as well, homie.
Yeah.
Did you have a lot?
Okay.
Yeah,
it takes 3 advantage to make him drop the weapon. So.
With my other one, I'll pass a boost.
Okay. So yeah. So you not only make him drop his knife. So, but now he's you've given a hole, an opportunity for somebody else to take care of it. So it would be let's see now his turn, and he's going to try to break out of the grapple again. This time he does, but in the process he takes 2 strain and he backs up. He's still got his pistol, and he draws it and he's pointing it right at Dow point blank, and he says, "You surrender now."
Okay, I'll put my hands up.
We have a Mexican standoff here, y'all.
All right, and that ends his turn. So his action was to get out of that, and he's just stepped back enough to. He can probably move further, but he's not. So you've got your hands up.
I'll take it a step further. Drow drops his vibro knife. Okay, don't shoot me in the face, bro.
Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me.
So that ends his turn. Who wants to go next? Remember, there's a 1 boost dice for them, so.
Oh, I'll grab that since homeboy got rattled in his squirrel head.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna once again try to redeem myself and shoot this guy in his head again. 2 purples again.
2 purples again.
And I get 1 boost. Okay, this boost is gonna save me, baby. Here we go. Let's put this boy
Why
down.
don't you use a
I'm on
destiny
stun.
point?
You got Destiny too.
Oh, okay. You've convinced me. I'll do that.
Okay.
What do I just
What's
click
that?
it?
Oh, yep. Good enough. Yep. And
Upgrade
so
my
it'd be 1.
dice. Boom. Yes. Okay.
Oh.
Nice. There you go.
So
Okay.
you shoot him with the stun in the head, and he drops.
Okay, I'm gonna get a strain back as well with that.
Okay.
Since
So now
it's over.
both of you got 1 dead guard and 1 guard. Well, I'm not gonna say he's dead because you guys were actually trying not to kill him. But your stab not pretty much bleed out enough that he passed out in the process. So he's out, and the other guy you just stunned him. And you either stunned him enough or he hurt himself enough trying to get out of Dow's thing to pretty much weaken him enough, and now they're both down. And now you got a clear path out of there. Oh yeah, you do find a Dow. You do find a card that they use to get through doors, should you need it.
Okay, excellent.
So you guys now have all the gear. You got the holocron. You guys gonna get the hell out of there?
Yeah,
Um,
let's book it.
Yeah, I helped Dal recover his weapons that he dropped. I make sure he gets those back, and I want to stabilize the guy that we stabbed as well, just make sure he's not going to bleed out. You know, if we can stop his bleeding, that would be cool. And
Okay.
then we'll get the hell out of there. As long as it's not going to take too long, you know. If I could just
It's-
real quick
it's-
just patch it over. I have a stim pack. I mean, I'm willing to use that on him if I
Right.
need to.
Maybe
I'm gonna
we could
say
use a stim pack and wrap a precious piece of art around him. That way, it stops the bleeding.
Yes, let's destroy it, Art. That sounds fun to me.
okay,
Destroy all the art.
I would say the bleeding. You just need a bandage to stop the bleeding. He's not
Here,
gonna bleed
take
out
this
skin.
Mona Lisa.
Yeah, so I'll just rip a bit of my oily clothes, try to
Muna,
like wipe
Muna
it off,
Hata. It's a Muna Hata.
and I'll tie him up, and then we'll get out of here.
You know, Dow, we really need to get you some weapons that don't really kill. You know.
And he holds up his gun. You mean I had a stun setting too? Why didn't anyone tell me this?
Well, that's something you would learn in a temple. Let's go. We need to get out of here.
All right.
So you as you guys are making your way through the skywalk, you come in to a big, huge circular room. You're up on this balcony that's like a semicircle that goes down these stairs. There's some artifacts that line along it, and then the stairs go down to like the main level where the entrance is. So you see it on the map. Down below, as you go down the steps, you see this big, huge statue that sits in. This is like the main area of the museum. Off to your right goes the front entrance to the museum. And the back entrance is going to be a little bit more difficult to get. As you see it, you can go around. There's a little doorway off to the left, and it goes out the back entrance. But you guys don't know what could be back. Entrance, so you can see very well. There's looks like there's some commotion going on out front.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to see. Can we see what's going on out the front door? Because that's where the trouble is there.
Yeah.
So there's commotion. Yep. I'm going to wait and follow y'all's lead. I don't know what to do.
Well, we can... It seems like the distraction's happening. We can leave out there.
So if the distraction's happening up front, we probably don't want to leave up front. Is there a back door?
Yeah. Off to the left, there's a little doorway that goes to a little hall that is kind of like a little lounge area, and the back door is right there.
Guys, let's use the back door.
Pull up the map and be like, yeah, over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, you can just see the front door, like right as you came down the stairs. You can see it. It's like right there. But the back door is, like I said, it's just like a L-shaped jaunt. So you go down this little curvy hallway, and then boom, off to the left is the back door.
Yes, let us make haste to the rear.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's double time it.
So you get to the back door, and you notice that there's a little control pad that's blinking red because of the alerts. And you try to open the door, and it seems like it's locked.
Yeah, normally I would jump right on that keypad, but I saw you pick up something off the guard, so I'll let you do that.
Yeah, I'll slide my ident card down it.
Okay. The door opens. You guys make a couple steps out, and you see this female security guard standing right there, holding her weapon out with two guards that says freeze. Don't move. You guys are under arrest. And as she says that, and you guys are watching, I want you guys to do, let's see. Is Dal the only one that has sense?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay. I want Dal to do a sense check.
All
So
right.
roll your force die.
Here we go. Dark side.
All right. Do you want to take another point of conflict and use the dark side?
Since we only have one light side destiny, I'm going to take that conflict, yes.
All right.
Good
As
man.
you come out, your senses, you feel this dark, cold feeling come over you as this female security guard and these two palace guards are standing there. You don't see anything behind it. All of a sudden, you see three lightsabers, one red, one blue, and one purple, The blue one sticks through the female guard, and the red one sticks through one of them, and the purple one sticks through the other, right through the center of their torsos, and then disengage, and they both drop, and as they drop, you see 3 of these women mysteriously come out of nowhere. One looks human.
Mm-hmm.
The one in the middle is Zeltron in nature, and the one on the right is a human. Of the one is Zeltron. The one on the left looks like a Night Sister. I don't know if you guys would know, but that's what as players know.
Mm-hmm.
And the one in the center says "Go now."
Okay,
Yes,
so
as soon as the lightsabers go through, I'm like, "Sss," but when I see them tell me that, I don't argue. I'm going to argue with 3 lightsaber armed women that look scary as hell.
okay,
I'm sorry, go ahead, brother.
yeah, I'm gonna I just want to make sure that this wasn't a vision of mine. This actually just happened, right?
Yeah. They just you didn't see them there, but you picked it up. That's why I said I want to see what your senses were.
Mm-hmm.
Who had the sense. You felt the dark side just before those lightsabers went through them. The lightsabers went through them, and then once the lightsabers disengaged and the bodies dropped, these women were just there.
And
You
I
didn't
felt the
notice them.
dark side.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if they're giving us the advice to run, I say we take it.
All right. So you guys start running through. You're hearing the commotion back, and
Before we leave, I want to make sure I use my scanner goggles and get a good look at those girls' faces and maybe note them down electronically.
as you're seeing them, you start to look and you see, with your goggles, the heat signatures and stuff, and all of a sudden, they disappear again.
Oh, snap. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
Your heat signatures, and this is the thing, but to the guys who didn't use it, they just disappear. But to your heat signature, you can still pick them up.
Okay.
But if you did visual, you would not be able to see them.
Okay, shit. These girls are tricky, man. Okay.
And you see them as you're watching them, they walk into the back entrance where you went, and they're going in.
Oh.
They're going to the back entrance?
Yeah, they're going back into the museum.
So, it sounds like something that Miko is pretty familiar with. Would I know that, or would I just see them disappear and be like, oh, okay, crap, I gotta get out of here?
Okay. I want you to do a outer rim. Oh no, okay. I'll let you choose. You can either do an outer rim or a underworld check, difficulty of 4 purple, to see if you might know who these women are.
4 purple?
4 purple.
Nope, no idea.
You have no clue who they are.
I just go, well, that was weird. Let's go.
And as you guys are starting to head out, you see a speeder come up, and you see Heavy Gan in there go, "Get in, boys! We're getting the hell out of here!"
Do we go with him?
Yeah, I slither right into that truck, baby. I'm getting out of here. I get into the vehicle and I turn around and I look back at the house and I hiss. Sss.
All right, we jump in.
All right. And you guys get in, and you're making your way towards. You guys making your way towards back to the warehouse. You guys didn't see where you went before because you guys were in the box in the crates, but you make your way to the. Let's give me just a second because it appeared that I shut down this. Oh no, there it is. Okay, I'll pull it back up. All right, so you guys make your way back to Heavy Gan's warehouse, and you guys get there, and he goes, "Well, it looks like our operation worked. What did you guys get?"
Just the holocron.
You didn't get anything else?
There was no time. There were guards all over the place.
I'm literally holding the Cortorus' sword in my hand. I have like no backpack. I have nowhere to stash that. I'm like holding it. I don't say shit though.
All right, so
I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with this and add to it. I'm gonna say, but we did destroy several pieces of art, including a statue and the Mona Hutta, and we definitely did some really we really trashed the place. And I'm gonna try to do deception on them.
Okay, difficulty of, let's see, what's his? This is going to be a pose check, so let me see what his perception would be. I don't think it's very high, so you may be able to pull this one off.
While
Even though
down.
although I'm going to give you a setback because Sakei is holding the damn sword, but he doesn't know, and he would know what it looks like, but, so I'm going to give you a setback for that.
Sorry, dude. I would hide it, but I have nowhere to hide it.
Right.
Yeah.
Deception versus perception, so difficulty of 1 red, 2 purple, and you got a setback.
All right. Anyone mind if I use the last destiny point?
Go for it, man.
No, please do, man. Let's not.
And he can he get a boost since I'm like I helped him out a little bit.
I'll give you a boost for that guy. You're gonna need all the help you get.
Yeah.
All right. Here goes nothing. Oh, that's a whole.
Oh, you feel miserably.
Oh,
So
Lord.
Gin's looking at the sword that Sakei's holding. He goes, "That looks like the sword I delivered him. Are you sure you didn't get anything?"
Oh, man, I didn't see that. Oh,
yeah,
man.
I'll say. Yeah, I did pick this up on the way out.
I didn't even know that. It was just
Nico might
so
have not
hectic.
noticed.
It was
Yeah.
so
Hectic in
chaotic
there.
in there.
So you're just gonna give him the sword then?
I'll also give him the data chips, which I've already copied.
Okay.
I'll say I'll grab these as well, because he wanted 2 things, right?
He wanted
wanted
5
3.
things.
Oh, well, hey, how about 2, buddy? Well, there's 2 data chips, right? Does that count as, does that 3?
Yeah. Well, he takes some because you gave him the sword. You gave him data chips. He goes, "Well,
Damn, I wanted that sword, too.
I wanted more, but you did cause some massive chaos, and from what it appears, you caused some damage there. So I say we're even."
Is he alone?
No, because you guys made it back to. He was alone in the speeder, but you guys made it back to the warehouse, and some of his boys
okay.
were still there. So.
Okay, cool.
So he's like, but I think we're a fair trade. But I suggest that you guys get out of the city as fast as you can.
Will do. It was a pleasure doing business with you. Sorry about the misunderstanding.
Don't mention it. And if you ever need to do business again, you know who to talk to. You know where I'm at.
Heavy Gan. We'll be there.
Or any of the movers. The movers, too. If you run any movers, they'll be able to help you, too. I've already put the word out.
All right, that is very much appreciated, and I'm sure we'll be doing business again in the future. Thank you.
My pleasure. And so you guys going to make your way back to the temple?
Yeah.
Yep. As fast as we can go.
All right. So you guys get back to your speeder. It doesn't take you long. Fast as you can, you get back, and you.
Any chance we could break for a few minutes?
That's why I'm gonna just
Okay.
wrap this up, and then we will take a break because I need to go to the bathroom and smoke a cigarette real quick. So, as you guys get back, you take the holocron, you place it in the room where the other 2 holocrons are. The snap as the holocron fits into place proceeds. The sound of new systems deep within the temple whirling to life, just as with the previous artifact. The curator and the warden manifest with pleased expressions, joined shortly afterward by a hologram formed of pure white light, the final gatekeeper. The figure is a short, human-like Murlaku dressed in plain robes and wearing a blindfold over his vestigial eye sockets. His round face creases with a smile as he observes you within the holocron room, and at last he speaks. "Greetings, young men. I am called the jailer, custodian of the Dawn Temple. It is my duty and my burden to oversee the care of those who have fallen to the lure of the dark side of the Force, and the return of their wounded spirits to the light. I understand from my compatriots that you are to thank for restoring me to my place in the temple, and for bringing new hope into these dark times. If you will forgive me, I must begin a diagnostics of the dormant systems and ensure nothing has gone amiss in my absence. But when I am done, I will be glad to assist you in any way that I am able. And that's where we're going to end it for the break. Say about 10 minutes or so.
Sounds
good.
good.
All right, so we'll take about a 10-minute break. For those watching, doesn't look like I got anybody watching right now, but yeah, so we're going to take a 10-minute break. We will be back with the final chapter of this epic saga. That was great, guys. So 10-minute break, and we'll be back.
Cool.
All right, I'm back. We'll wait for other players to get back, and we'll continue this adventure. The last chapter.
Oh, I like that Mira Luca. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
I I never thought I would encounter one anywhere because, you know, they're supposed to be all dead or whatever. I never thought, like, of course, that would be in a fucking holocron. That's so obvious.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Well, I was looking at the time too as you guys are battling. Like, oh shit, we're like really going long on this one, and the next part's supposed to be even tougher. So I'm like, I gotta wrap this up. So that last little part was a little improvised. Well, it was planned. It's not part of the adventure, but I improvised it a little bit earlier than I wanted to. But it's all right.
Oh, that's how you. No, that's what's up, dude. You gotta be making stuff up. That's the whole fun of GMing, baby.
Oh, I had it. Oh, you were gonna meet those three regardless of what happened, and it was supposed to be met there. So that was
Oh, dude,
planned.
that
It
was.
was planned, but it wasn't planned. It was planned for later, a little bit later. But
You scared me with that, dude. I'm not ready for that. I'll be left dead on the ground, missing my tail.
oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you have any idea who they were?
No, I have no idea, man. I didn't even know what that one species that you mentioned, the middle chick. I didn't even know what she was.
So-
I googled her right away, like she's kind of purple skinned or something.
Yeah, she's got
Yeah.
like a pinkish,
Yeah.
orangish type hue to her skin. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the flavor, dude. I like some bad bitches running around doing shenanigans. That's cool as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up, man. That's basically the character I was gonna play before I made Sakai was gonna be basically that, like just a badass Twi'lek who just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. So you met.
Basically, it was gonna be like here's daughter type girl. That's what.
Oh, not his daughter, because
No, but not her, because she's too OP, man. You can't have her be your player character. That girl's got all the powers.
well, and this is way earlier than where Ashes to Ashes is. This is like right after the Death Star being blown up. So you're in the very early. This is years
Death
before
Star 1 or Death Star 2?
Death Star 1. So this is.
Oh, okay. So the Emperor's still kicking it.
Yep, the Empire's still alive and well. This
Well,
is not
then,
later.
I'm really glad we got away from them three girls. Fuck that.
Or you notice the hues were different on all the lightsabers. So
Yeah, that blue one was fishy. An Emperor's hand wouldn't be allowed to use a fucking blue saber, I don't think. But not that I know, not that Sakai knows about
Yeah.
fucking Emperor hands.
yeah, and the daunting is because not many people know who these people are. There are a few.
Yeah, you wouldn't. You don't get to know that or you die. I mean, if you know you're about to die, that's basically how that goes, maybe.
Well, if he would have succeeded, you would have gotten who they were. So
I actually should have rolled, man. I'm smart as hell. I know everything.
well, when we start back, you can.
Nah, Sakai. I mean, I know. I'm really, really smart, but that's not actually anything that I don't know that stuff.
Yeah,
But I know a lot.
Underworld or Outer Rim for them. They're not really lore based.
Oh, speaking of knowing stuff, dude, did I totally mess up? And is Miko like a mechanic? Does he have ranks in mechanic and stuff?
I have to ask you, Mike.
I hope not, man. I can.
Miko's he's a pilot.
Oh, okay, safe. I got worried as hell when you flipped on your scannel gun because I'm like, oh shit, did I totally steal this man's juice?
No,
Yeah,
I just thought the scanner goggles look cool, and
Oh, they're sick.
Miko being an explorer, he'd want something to be able to see in the dark when he's out and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's tons of uses for them. They're multi-purpose, but I just got worried, man. Okay. I didn't think anybody would just right off the bat choose mechanic. It's not the coolest profession.
No, you're a good man.
All right, good. I can retool anyway, man. I'm gonna go more combat here in a minute, but it looks like we're here, man. Let's get it
We don't
collected.
need combat. We got mechanics and talkers and everything. We can't. This isn't a game about combat. At least I don't think so.
I agree, but then again, we just ran into 3 super badass bitches with lightsabers, so I might want to prepare myself a little bit.
Yeah, but think of all the
Yeah,
cool things you could do with mechanics as well as combat. You know, you could actually operate cranes, knocking people over, closing doors when we're trying to run away, shutting them into places. I
Yeah, I
think
can't wait.
mechanics is very cool.
I'm gonna set many traps. Don't worry, man. As soon as we have a long time to set up an area, dude, people are gonna be walking into all kinds of crap.
All right, yeah,
all right.
love it.
I know. Let's see. Nick, you're on the East Coast, right?
Yeah.
How late can you go? Because if it's going to get too late, we can cut it short and go into next time finishing this up. I think we'll be able to.
I could probably go for another hour and a half or so.
Okay, that's fine because I can adjust this. That's the nice thing about these adventures. I can adjust it. So anybody who happens to be following along and noticing that maybe we're not going exactly to what the adventure is, many reasons. Time constraints. Also, I like to add a little bit of flavor into it. And as I was telling Archie, I don't know if Jonathan heard or Nick heard, but those 3 were not in the adventure. That's my little bit of flavor I added into it. So
Nice.
they were going to be in there anyway, but I just pushed it up a little bit because I saw how long the combat was going on that. I'm like, ooh, wow, we're really going long on these 2 guys. So, all right. So if you guys are ready, we'll begin in the final act of Lure of the Lost.
Okay.
So you guys are, it's about, about, I'd say 10 to 12 hours go by. You guys, I'll give you guys, in that time, you guys had a chance to heal up any wounds you had, any strain you incurred, because you had enough time to rest, and you got people to heal you up and stuff, because you're back at the temple now. So go ahead and put that all up. Your conflict still, I think Dow was the only one that took any conflict, so your conflict
2 of them.
we'll address that at the end of the session.
Okay.
What do I do with my crit? Does that stay or does that get removed?
I'm gonna say because the time you guys were there, I'm gonna say, there is, I believe someone that can heal you. So I would say for this and for the sake that it's not gameplay, but for so the viewers that you do have time to fix it. So your critical wound is now gone.
Okay.
So as you guys are sitting, you're all assembled, just kind of hanging around. Stride, Ramoond, the 4 others, and you guys. Terracet's still in stasis while they're trying to figure out the problem with his respirator. And as you guys are just kind of sitting around, milling around the grand hall area, you are startled by an outbreak of noise echoing through the corridors. The sound of stampeding feet and shouting voices. It sounds like a huge crowd, but you aren't sure how anyone could have approached the temple so suddenly. And then you realize it is coming from the sealed-off lower levels. After a scant few moments, the source of the clamor spills out to where you are, revealing itself to be a horde of wild-eyed beings of various species, all dressed in ragged remains of some simple uniform. A few of them see you, and hatred flares in their maddened gazes. They brandish scavenged weapons, even as the rest of their compatriots stream towards the temple exit. We're going to roll for initiative again, right off the bat. So, vigilance this time, because you guys were not expecting this to happen.
Nice. Cool.
Man, that's a disgrace, man.
It's alright. I've rolled it before, I'm cool.
We don't have any light flight points either.
Nope.
Oh man, I didn't even notice that.
All right, so for them, because they're I'm trying to see how many there are. I have to write that one down. We're just going to put. Okay, so there's 3 of them. So, cool shapes. Presents. Okay. Oh, well, that's. Oh shit! All right. So it's going to go NPC, PC, PC, NPC, NPC, and PC. All right, so the first guy comes up to so you got the 4 others too, so and Stride and okay, so she's gonna come out. They're gonna come after Stride and attack Stride. So they've got some gauge. So they're running up to her. So 1 purple versus.
Now, where did these guys come from again?
They came from the lower sealed off levels. So they came from up. There's a bunch of them. It's not just these 3. There's bunches more running out. But these 3 are the ones that looked at you guys directly and came after you guys. Along with Stride, because Stride's standing right there too. And the other ones are, but they're back a little bit further talking. So, anyways, that's section 2. And, okay, and when she ignites her lightsaber at that point, she's got her lightsabers. This one comes after her. Sorry, guys, I misplaced some of my sheets. I needed. Oh, there. I gotta clean up this mess. All right, so she's got Harry 2. Oh, so she suffers a strain. In a second, she's so 1, 2. All right, so 4. So they only attack with. All right, they only attack with 5. So he goes up to attack her, and she ignites her lightsaber and blocks it, and it just barely grazes her, but she's got armor on that just deflects it, so does nothing to her. And it will be PC's turn. So whoever wants to go first. Now these guys are all within engaged range of you, so.
Okay,
they're
I'm
like-
gonna take out.
No, go for it, man.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna take out both vibro daggers and attack one of these guys.
Okay.
If it's to use 2 weapons at once, it raises the difficulty. So if it's 2, it'll be 3. So
Yeah,
is it
if you're
going to be
using them
3
both.
purple
3 purple, yeah, because you guys are at engaged range, so.
simultaneously?
Yeah, and it would take it's 2 advantage to trigger both of theirs, so otherwise it's just 1 that you would hit with, I believe. Yeah, it'd take 2 advantage to hit with both of them. Okay.
Okay,
So-
so I missed. I only have 1 advantage, so I'm going to pass that to a buddy.
Okay. So then it is now another PC's turn, so either Miko or Sakei.
Yeah, go ahead, dude. I'm gonna hold off. I didn't earn a spot here early on.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and attack the one attacking Stride.
Okay, with your lightsaber.
Yeah, I'm gonna ignite my lightsaber and
Okay.
attack it.
2 purple.
2 purple.
Yep.
And do I get a boost?
Yes, and you get a boost from Dow.
Cool. Let's do it.
All right.
Freaking sweet, dude. Is that a crit?
Yeah, I crit on 1.
Yeah, he crits on 1. So.
Juicy.
All right. So what's the damage on that again? And you have breach, right?
Yeah, 10 damage.
Okay. You go after the one that is after Stride, and just how do you take this one down?
I'd say as she's battling with him, I just come up behind him, and she just sees like the lightsaber just go through him. As
All
I kind of turn to her and say, "See, now this is practice."
All right, and you still got 3 advantage. What do you want to do with them? Because just the damage off the itself with the breach took them out.
Right. Okay. I'm going to let's see. Where's my advantages? Wish I could drop that. No. I'm gonna go ahead and pass 2 to give a boost die to whoever's up next.
It's okay.
Yes, okay. And then I'm going to notice a single important point in the ongoing conflict, such as location of blasters, control panels, weak point on an attack speeder. I'm going to look at and see if there's anybody coordinating these guys. Or if they're just like monsters.
Okay. Okay. You notice. I'll tell you this. You notice that the 3 that are attacking you are just solely attacking you. The rest of them are bypassing you all and running right out the front. I mean, they're just going. And I'm gonna give you the number that you see running out. It doesn't seem like there's anybody coordinating it, but you see. What's my number? About a dozen individuals running out that front door.
Okay.
And that will end your turn. So you took out that guy. And it goes to the next one, who is going to attack. So we'll attack Dow. So 2 versus the same. Yep. All right. And actually, I'm going to give you guys some help, and I'm going to use a force stuff. Oh!
Yikes.
So he hits you for 5 damage. That's before your soak.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have anything special with his weapon. It's just an improvised weapon. Let me get the crit roll going.
May the force be with you.
47, which is Headringer. The target increases the difficulty of all intellect and cunning checks by 1 until the end of the encounter. So, rung you a little bit, rung your head a little bit, because I think did he pass your soak with 5?
Yeah, it gave me 1 point of damage, but the crit is the worst part.
Yeah. So, yeah. So until the end of the encounter, you will increase your difficulty on all intelligent and cunning checks.
All right.
All right. So that ends that person's turn. The other one is going to go after Sakai. And I'm going to again give you another destiny point. You guys really need the help. So he's going to improve his attack. And he hits you for 5. and is gonna pass the 2 boost dice on to the next NPC if they make it, or if they make it out for this round. So 5 points of damage before your soak.
Okay. Done deal. I took 2 damage.
All right. All right, and that ends their turn. Now it's Sakei's turn.
All right. So, man, I was really hoping to escape this battle and kind of like make a plan to like get my homies through a door and like shut a door, like trap these other guys away from us. But since this dude came at me, like, what are the odds of me making him like? Is there any way for me to make him ignore me so I can go do something else that I don't know about? Is there a way to do that? Because I mean, all I have is really a pistol that I could use right now, and I don't think shooting somebody right in your face is the best strategy of pistol shooting.
You can. I don't think there's a rule for attack of opportunity, so you can probably move out of range to shoot off
let me
the
just.
sword.
Well, they seem pretty mindless, right? Like they haven't said anything. They just ran in and started attacking.
They're crazed at this point. They're not like mindless. They're thinking. They're just like more like wild or rabid type.
Okay, well, let me just take my pistol and just smack him upside his head.
Okay.
I
That
can't
would be
think of anything better to do. If I had my wrench in my hand, that's what I would hit him with, but I probably was prepared to shoot someone, and then they ran on me, so I'll just hit him with the gun.
Okay, so it'd be a brawl.
This is not going to be good.
Difficulty of 2.
Okay. Oh, I guess it could be worse.
Yeah.
That's about standard, baby. Okay. I can't think of anything to make that juicier. I'm just going to hit it. Okay, that'll do.
Okay, so what's your brawn?
Oh, it's 2.
Okay. So you go to hit him with the pistol. Doesn't do really much. He just looks at you and growls.
Oh, now I'm gonna try to run away after that, because you can like hit and run. So I'm gonna leave and try. So I imagine we're like sort of in a door, like by a doorway to like the main hall. We're like in a hallway by the main hall, right?
You're in the Great Hall, so this is like just open space.
Oh.
So but you can move away from him. I mean, because he's gonna have to move up to you to attack you again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go try to get behind something and do cover. If I can make a stealth check or anything to like lose him or like hide in some shadows, I'll definitely do that. Because I want to try to make him go fight the guys with lightsabers so I can shoot him.
All right. I could say you move back, and you can. There's like pillars, so you move close enough to. You move within range of a pillar.
Good.
And he still sees you, but he's gonna have to move up to your pillar, and it'll be harder for him to hit you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ring around the posy with that and just run around it in a circle like a rat. No, that's straight. Let's do that, baby. Appreciate you.
All right. So that ends the first round, and we go to the top of the order. The first guy is dead, so that would go PC. So who wants? Oh wait, yeah. So who wants to go next?
I guess I could try my luck again on that guy that's in front of me. Actually, that's the one that I guess was killed. So is there anyone attacking?
No, the one that was killed was the one in front of Stride. That Miko went after it and took him out. So there's the one in front of you, and then there was the one that was in front of me from Sakei that is going to probably be chasing Sakei if he gets the chance.
Okay. So I'll do another 2-bladed attack on another person.
Okay. All right.
Let's see how this goes. A success with 3 threats.
Okay. So take 3 points of strain.
Mm-hmm.
And what does that hit for?
So it only one of my blades hit, and I would have to use 2 advantage to activate the other one. So basically, this is going to be a total of 5 points of damage. Pierce 2.
5. Okay, with Pierce 2. So 3. So all right. So you get him pretty decently. You put a when you swing to go get him, and the knife which is a nice gash right across, right through the clothing. They got right into the chest. So there's this nice long gash with blood coming up. Not seriously wounded, but it put a hurt into him. And did you want to move anywhere, or did you want to stay in engage range?
I'm gonna use a maneuver to provide a boost die to the next ally's action as I kind of assist them by basically wrangling this guy into a better position.
Okay. All right. So you say you're doing it to hold them so that boost die for the next person who attacks him, right? Specifically.
Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm sorry. Instead of that, I'm gonna do a guarded stance, which will give anyone who attacks me a setback die.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna try to be on guard.
So, because he's got 2 boosts coming to him
Mm-hmm.
if he makes it. So, all right. So that ends your turn, and then it's either Miko or Sakai.
So seeing Sakai having trouble with this dude, I'm gonna go ahead and activate my force power
Okay.
and make Sakai hidden from this guy attacking.
Okay. Roll your force ability.
Man.
Now you've got 2 choices. You can either just turn it or take a point of conflict and it succeeds, or you can use a destiny point and take 2 strain.
Man, take that destiny, man. That's straight. We have some now.
Dow?
Yeah, go for it. Take some strain and flip a destiny.
Okay. Oh, whoops.
I got it.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'll fix it. All right. So we're fixed. And so what? Now what were you trying to do again?
I'm going to misdirect the person attacking Sakai, and I'm going to make her invisible to him. Or make it invisible to him.
Okay. So
I was thinking of Kawari.
And as you use it, the crazy guy is just looking, going, he's starting to get angry. So he doesn't seem to notice where Sakai went.
Dude, that was fucking awesome.
Now, do you want to move? You still got to move.
I will also take a guarded stance.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that goes to the ends your turn, and that goes to the NPC who's attacking Dow, and he's going to strike back at Dow.
All right. He's going to take 1 setback.
Right. So he takes 1 setback. He gets 2 boosts from his buddy. And they're not going to use a destiny this time around. And 2 difficulty. Oh, and he misses. But so he goes to attack you, and you're a little bit more. You're just faster and more disciplined at this point, so you dodge his thing. But the weapon comes really close. I mean, you just feel the weapon as it comes by you, and just the breeze as it passes by.
Mm-hmm.
And his buddy, knowing it's close, will get 2 boosts on his next round, which is next. But this guy's gonna stay within range of you.
Okay.
And now in his turn, the one guy who lost Sakai now is looking around, sees that his buddy's got you tied up now, so he's gonna go after Miko.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you got a guard stance, right? So that's 1 setback for him. 2 boost. All right, and 2 difficulty. Because he moved, so he's not going to be able to move after this. And same thing. He goes, and you're just too quick for him, too well trained, and goes, and again, it just misses you. You feel the breeze, except he's going for your abdomen, you just like that, and he misses, but with it being close, he gets 2 boost dice to his partner if he makes it. And that ends his turn. So now it is Sakai's turn.
Okay, so the guy has stopped paying attention to me, so I'm like pretty stoked about that, but I'm still kind of concerned that more dudes are going to come at me. So what I want to try to do is like go up the pillar, like wrap my snake legs around it, and like kind of go up. My tail, I guess, is it? I don't know how wide is the pillar. I mean, is it thin enough that I can get up like that, or is it too gigantic?
It's one of those huge ones. I mean, this is holding a great haul up. So
okay, so that's too big for that. Okay, well, I guess that saves me from taking strain because I'm going to take the maneuver where I aim, so I can hit this dude, and I'm going to try to shoot him with my.
Now, which one are you going after again?
One of the ones that's by Dow, not the one that's left. That stopped paying. I'm gonna let the one that like stopped paying attention to me alone for now. I'm gonna shoot someone else.
Okay, now you're in short range of him because they're all in the same general area, all fighting. So you'd still be within short range of him. So you wouldn't need to take a penalty if you take an aim.
No, I wanted to try to increase my shots because I'm not good at shooting or anything.
Yeah, aim's a maneuver, so you can use that as your maneuver, and you don't need to move. You're still within short range.
Yeah,
and that
gives one boost.
Give you a boost.
Okay.
And you're at one purple anyway right now where you're at. So.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot at one of the ones that Dow is the one that Dow has stabbed twice. I'm gonna shoot that one.
Okay. You miss, but you got 2 advantages.
We'll use that to add 2 boosts to my next homie who goes.
All right. And that ends the second round, so we go back to the top of the order. This time Stride's gonna is gonna go towards noticing that all those guys going. She makes a beeline for the entrance to see where they're all going and see if she can help, because you guys have got this handled pretty good. So she goes, makes a beeline, and then I'll go up to the top of the order. And who wants to go first?
I'll be glad to go again.
Okay, same
Unless
thing.
someone wants to do something particular. I'm going to do the same thing, yeah, try to do the 2-stab thing and hope it finally works.
You got 2 boosts from passed on from Saga this time around. So.
Okay, and I'm going to suffer, I'm going to aim as well, and then suffer 2 strain to if I take the 2 strain, because it says here you can aim twice if you don't move. So let's see what happens. Okay, a success and an advantage. So basically 1 attack will hit again, doing a total of 5 damage, pierce 2.
Okay, so that's another. All right. So this time you slash again, and you get him right in his arm as he's trying to block, and you like put such a deep gash that blood's just pouring right out of his arm. You can see that his clothing's now getting stained this crimson red as it's just gushing out. He's looking pretty bad shape right now.
Okay, and I'll pass the boost on to my next buddy.
Okay. So that would be whoever's next, Miko or Saga, whoever wants to go next.
All right. I'm going to. Am I close enough to the one attacking Dow that I can attack it with my lightsaber, or should I take out my blaster and fire? Or
you can get with it. I mean, you can walk right up to him. You guys are all pretty well close. I mean, it would be like not even like probably like at the most a half maneuver to even get up to him. So yeah, you're fine.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and walk up and attack. Just 2 purple, or?
Yeah, just 2 purple.
Okay. And roll.
Yeah. All right. So how do you dispatch the guy that's attacking?
Being so short, I cut off one of his legs, and as he falls, I cut off his head.
All right. Outstanding. All right, so now it is, because he's gone now, it would be the guy that was going after you, Miko. He's going to come back from behind
Okay.
and try to get you. So I'm going to use another force point or destiny point for that.
Mhm.
And I'm going to give him a boost because your back's turned to him.
Okay.
Plus he gets the 2 boosts that his buddy was supposed to get, didn't make it. So now he's got the 2 boosts. So, all right. So he damages you for 5. And he's gonna take the 3 after he gets you, knowing he's seen you take 2 of his buddies out with a lightsaber and just decimate them.
I have a question real quick.
Yeah.
I have parry. Can I use that even though I'm not facing him? Like, can I
Yeah, you
block
could.
behind me?
I could say that narrative reason he goes, and you do notice him at the last minute, so you parry it off. So yeah, use your parry. So, but he knows that he got the drop on you.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have 3 bonus if he makes it this next round.
All right.
And next is Sakai.
Okay, I'm pretty pissed off right now. I saw my homie get straight walloped. He did parry it off, which was good, but I didn't like that at all. So I'm gonna like I don't know, kind of just hiss. I guess I'm a pretty cool and calm, collected guy. I'm not gonna yell or get mad or anything, but I just from the shadows you hear this kind of, and then like my red blaster bolt comes blasting out at him.
Okay, 1 purple.
Oh man.
But I shoot his weapon out of his hand.
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna use those 3
So
advantages for.
you didn't hit him, but you shot just veered just enough and knocked the weapon right out of his hand. So the next round he's gonna have to retrieve it before he does anything.
And I'll say, finish this.
All right. So that ends your turn, and we go up to the top of the round again, and Stride is going to keep, she's still going out to see what's going on. And it would be whoever wants to go next.
Anybody? Down?
Yeah, you could go for it, Miko.
Yeah, I think that's a good call, man. Miko, take that.
All right. I'm just gonna like turn around and slash at this guy again.
Okay, and I'm going to use a destiny point to upgrade the difficulty.
Okay. So that's what, 1 red, 1 purple.
Yes.
Okie doke.
And you, yep, so tell me how you destroyed this guy.
I swing around behind me and just cut right through the center of him.
All right. So you now dispatched these 3 guys, and as the last one falls to the ground, the gatekeeper, known as the jailer, the Curlin, appears before you, and instead of his expression of sincerity and joy, it's an expression of that he's gravely worried, and he says, I regret that I must be the bearer of ill news to you. The true malice and cunning of the Darksider whom you bested, and he points at Dao specifically, in the temple earlier, has only now been revealed. He was able to tamper with the most critical systems of the Dawn Temple before you arrived to stop him. And now that my return has activated the last of the Temple's powers, his sabotage has yielded a terrible result. All of the patients who were awaiting treatment for their corruption are now loosed, including one of the darkest spirits ever to be housed within the Dawn Temple. Somewhere in that flood of escapees is Rav Naran, a powerful Jedi who fell to the dark side. This was simply too much chaos to identify him among them, but it is crucial that he be stopped from leaving the valley. By whatever means possible, halting the others is also a priority, but if he hides among them, then one of these needs shall simply lead to another. You must hurry. I sense they are splitting up to cover more ground. And he disappears. Or he sticks around for a little bit. Do you guys want to ask me any questions or anything?
Yeah, I want to ask him what Rav Naran looks like. How can we identify him?
Okay, so he says, well, he's dressed in the uniforms that everybody else would. They're typical uniforms we use to treat patients, but I will give you a little bit more information about who Rav Naran is. This might help you when you face him. Before the Clone Wars broke out, Rav Naran was a rising star within the Jedi Order, a senior knight renowned for his discipline and courage. Many thought he would soon join the Jedi Council. His ascension was delayed when fighting broke out across the Republic. Although he, like many others, was afforded the rank of general in the Republic's military during the crisis. Rev was never one of the Order's more forgiving or gentle peacekeepers, and his battles in the Clone Wars only encouraged his sterner nature. He hardened and grew sharper, dealing with his foes with increasing harshness, until at last he broke and became that which he despised. In honor of the man he once was, I shall not speak of his fall. In deference to the realities of the creature he has become, I must warn you, he slew many before he was brought to the Dawn Temple, including his own brethren of the Jedi Order.
So this effect, it can't be reversed.
The jailer says, well, the warden steps in. He comes in and interjects and says, that is a risk we cannot take. Rav Naran is likely beyond recovery, and even if he is not, containing him has proved too dangerous. We tried to help him once, and it has nearly cost us the temple. To protect innocent lives, you must end the life of Rav Naran. As she speaks, the jailer looks startled and begins to shake his head, then stops. I do not believe this is the case, but I cannot say for certain. I do not believe anyone is beyond redemption, but I do fear for the lives of any who fall prey to Rav Naran in his current state. I cannot endorse the warden's words, but neither do I have the certainty to condemn them. Ultimately, I am only a gatekeeper. The decision about what to do with Rav Naran is yours. We must trust the Force to guide you.
Well, we've got to stop these criminals quickly, or else they're going to try to head to the main city of what was it called now, Relis,
Relis. Yep.
and try to get off world. At least the person who wanted to use all of these people is dead. Malefax is no more.
Sure, we should hurry.
Is there any way we can send word ahead, maybe through these gatekeepers holograms and stuff, to the master and let them know the same information so they can, because they're already out there chasing these people. Is the master out of range to get a message to? Do we have comlink contact with them maybe?
The curator shows up and says, yes, I will link you up to Master Bethix herself. And
Great.
You see a hologram form up, and Master Bethix goes, all right, this appears what to be happening. They've split off into 3 groups. One's heading for the speeder you guys used to go to Relis. One's going towards the cave where you guys faced got the first holocron, or the one holocron, and the rest are going to the village. I do not. I know Master Naran. I knew him when I was in the Jedi Order. He is not with them. He must be somewhere in the temple. Me and the others will deal with the prisoners that have escaped. You guys need to stay there and make sure that Rav Naran never escapes the temple.
We'll see what we can do.
Very well. Keep me informed if you have a chance. I do not know where he's at, but he did not come out from below, so you'll need to go down there to see where he's at.
What kind of dangers can we expect down there?
The curator, all three of them are speaking to you, and he says, well, the only danger we see is Rav Naran himself. Any other security measures he has destroyed or have been disengaged by Malefax. And the warden pauses for a minute and goes, I have him. And the jailer goes, where is he? He's outside the holocron room trying to get in.
Then we're gonna stop him. At this point, I waste no more time and start rushing in.
Yeah, I'm right behind you.
Yep.
All right. So you guys making your way to the holocron room, and as you head down there, you see a middle-aged human. He's tall, trim, clean-shaven. Every inch the soldier in his black armor. So and you see him just trying to. I'm sorry, I'm skipping forward to the time. So. So you hurry down there. When you arrive, you see the fallen Jedi relentlessly pacing outside the door to the chamber, which has been blocked off by an energy screen. He, without looking away from the entryway, he speaks to you. I was wondering when you'd arrive. You've inconvenienced me and harried my army. But you cannot hope to truly win here. If you recognize this truth, as I do, then I offer you a way out. Stand aside, so I can leave the valley with my forces. And I'll not only leave you unharmed, but I won't ruin the holocrons containing these meddlesome liars you seem to value so much. My victory is certain, but it might cost me, and I cannot afford that when I have so much left to do. He finally turns to face you, a disturbing grin on his face. He ignites his lightsaber and adopts a ready stance. Well?
I step forward and I say, this is the first we've ever heard of the Force. This is the first time we've actually gotten any kind of clue as to someone to guide us and show us the way. We're not going to let someone like you ruin that.
He goes, well, then I guess it's your death. Roll for initiative. Cool checks.
But I'm like, okay. Oh, I got something. Tell me.
Not too cool, are you?
No, baby. That's where my one is at. I have a presence of one.
That's
I'm
awesome.
slimy, man. I'm covered in oil. You don't like me. Nobody
Holy
likes
shit.
me.
Oh boy. All right.
This guy's a monster.
He is a monster. Alright, so. Give me just a second. I got one more screen to pull up for this, and we will start because he gets to go first. Alright. So. Okay, so he's gonna use his force abilities to move. Let's see. Okay, so then I gotta do this roll first. Alright, so he is gonna. Alright, so there's a part of the temple walls that is sitting right near you guys, so he uses his move ability to move it. And he's gonna attack. He's gonna go after Dow first, because Dow was the one who spoke.
I was gonna play nice, man. Yeah, I'm glad he didn't attack me. I'll open the door for you, man. Go ahead. Don't kill me with that lightsaber.
Alright, so it's gonna be.
Never trust a snake man.
Alright, so he hits you, Dell, for 11
All right.
Oh,
with that rock.
Excellent. So I have 2 more hit points left.
oh my
Okay.
lord.
And that will end his turn. Who wants to go next? Because it's now you three until his next turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna rush up there with my lightsaber.
All right.
And yep, if I can attack him, I will. All
Yeah, you can attack.
right, let's see if this works.
Because you guys are on with short range, so because you guys came up and boom, right there.
So just two purple, or
Yeah, it'd be 2 purple.
okie doke. Ah, all right.
Yes,
So I miss, and can I disarm him? Yeah, I can.
I'm sorry. I always
Yeah,
go for it.
yeah, you sure can.
That's my joy.
All right,
That
so
lightsaber outta
you go to hit him, and he goes to block you, and in the process, you're just your willpower. You hit his lightsaber, and just your training, you just came through and knocked the lightsaber right out. One, he was using one hand to move it, and when you came, he went to block, but it wasn't enough, and it knocked his lightsaber out. So he is now disarmed for the moment.
All right. Very good. I think I'm gonna inject the stim pack with a maneuver.
Okay.
I guess that gives me back 5, right?
Yep. Because you haven't used one yet, so that's 5. Yep.
Okay. And then I'm going to attack him with a single vibro blade.
All right.
And I'm going to use a destiny point, if that's okay, to upgrade my attack.
Yep.
Yeah, go for it.
And let's see here. Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
So, nice. So that'll be, with the vibro knife, it'll be 5 points of damage. Pierce 2, so it'll get through 2 points of his armor.
Okay.
And Triumph will activate a crit.
All right.
And it is a vicious weapon, so it'll add 10 to this crit.
All right. So let's see. Let me get this real quick. So it's 5. Okay. So I got this mark and roll his. So 30.
20, 30. Huh. Good job, Dow.
And I guess I'll take 2 strain, or do you want something different to happen?
Okay. Now, guess you gave him a discouraging wound. So for you guys, if you got it, it would be flip 1 light side point to a dark side destiny point. But because he's an NPC, you guys get a light side back on that one.
Nice.
Good job.
I knocked the darkness out of him.
Yep.
That's what I'm
He's got
talking
1
about.
crit. Hey, 2 more crits and he's messed up. So
Did you want me
keep
to
rolling
suffer
twice.
2 strain on that one for my threats?
Hold on, let me think.
Sure.
No, he's gonna. No, you're not gonna take any strain. Those two threats. After you stab him, he is gonna jump. He jumps away from you.
Okay.
So now he's within short range of you. Both you, Dao, and Miko, because he was engaged. So now he's in short range, and now he's within medium range of Sakai. You haven't gone yet, right?
Nope.
Okay, so now he's within medium range of you, and that ends your turn now. So unless you got any incidentals you wanted to do.
Oh, for
No,
me?
'cause you maneuvered.
Yeah, I already used a stim pack, and I think I'm done.
Yeah, you're done then. Okay, cool.
Good round.
So then,
good round.
Sakai. So
All
far,
right,
so
well,
good.
I'm gonna get my pistol and I'm gonna aim it for a boost die. Do I need to take strain to pull it out and to aim as well? Is that 2 maneuvers or is that
Okay.
okay?
Are you moving in within short?
No, I'm gonna stay right where I am. I just wondered if taking out my gun is also counting as a maneuver off my utility belt.
According to this little list I have, it is.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll take
let's
2
say-
strain to take an extra
Uh-huh.
maneuver and aim once, because I got to get my aim on. I can't hit a damn thing. And and I'll shoot this boy. What are the purples on that?
You're at medium, and you didn't move, so you're 2 purple.
Okay. Good. We're gonna do this, baby. Here we go. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take one of these force die. Sorry, guys. I didn't even ask. I'm just going for it.
Go for it.
Yeah, go
we
for it, man.
need more triumphs. That's what we need. I think I have to have that upgrade to triumph. Here
Yep.
we go. Oh,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
You hit him. You hit him.
I
That's
hit him.
good.
That's what counts. I'm also stunning him. I'm not trying to kill him, so I'm sorry if that was not what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay,
But
so,
yeah.
all right. Well, no, that's good to know. So what's your damage on that?
5. It's a light blaster pistol. 5 damage.
Okay, so...
He'll probably
Okay, so the stun hits him, doesn't even affect him. Doesn't even seem phased by it. He just kind of goes...
I kind of look at my pistol and I'm like, I look at Miko with his badass lightsaber and I just kind of sigh. I look at my belt at the hilt that I have there, all crappily built, and I'm like, damn, I need to do some upgrades. I'm done.
Okay. So now it is his turn. And, let's see if I can do this. So he grabs down, picks up his lightsaber, ignites it, and is going to go after Miko. He comes
Okay.
around. So he took his maneuver to pick up his weapon, so now he's just attacking you. So his lightsaber is... Oh! So that's 3. That's 2.
Oh, I didn't use my advantage. Can I pass that as a boost
Yeah, you can.
to Miko for his next
Mhm.
roll?
I thought you did, so I assumed you did already, so... Oh, shit!
Yikes.
7, 8, 9, 10 damage to Miko. 'Cause he's got breach 1.
Oh, okay. So does
You
that
can
ignore?
use, if you got parry,
I do.
you can use your parry to reduce
So
that.
reduce down to 3. So how much damage am I taking?
So it's 10 base, so minus your damage reduction
So
and step for 3 strain.
okay. So 10 minus 3, so that's 7.
Yep.
Or
And then you're soaked. Oh wait, no, he's got breach, so it
Yeah,
ignores soak.
lightsaber goes through that.
okay.
So,
All right.
And
7.
so as he swipes you, he just laughs from that. And that ends his turn. And so we're at the next PC. So who wants to go? The first PC.
Miko with the boost die.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, because you get your boost. You healed your crit during the time, so you're good to go on using that again.
Okie doke. And it's just 2 purple? No,
Just
nothing
two
else?
purple. Just 2 purple, yep.
Oh,
Nice! So let's see, that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All
Freaking
right.
sweet, dude.
So tell me how you dispatched them.
getting slightly hurt. I kind of look a little pain in my on my face, and then I just, all right, guy. So I slice off another one of his legs, and then I slice off his arm. But I'm keeping him alive.
All right. So we will say that you got to do that. And as you do that, he's and falls, and as he's laying there with his, you just took one leg out, right?
Yeah, just one leg out. Yeah.
One arm. Which arm did you take out? His main lightsaber arm, or?
Yep. The one that's holding the lightsaber.
Okay, so you see his one arm and his lightsaber hit, and it disengages as it hits. And as he's laying there, you just see the anger filling in him, and his eyes just turning that sick-looking yellow, and the pain just becomes too much for him as he just kind of rolls over and just passes out. And so, as he's laying there, the jailer appears. All 3 of the gatekeepers appear, and okay. You stand victorious by the doors of the holocron chamber, the fallen Jedi lying unconscious at your feet. Holding him will be difficult without stasis cell function, but if you can redeem him from the dark side's hold, he can prove to be a powerful ally and knowledgeable teacher. You can only hope that the jailer can help you with this daunting test. Still, whatever tomorrow brings, that was a victory, even if your work is not over yet. And at that is the end of our session.
Woo!
We
Good
did
job,
end it
everybody.
just in time. Wow, I cut off a lot of that, but that was okay. I kind of expected it might go long, so I had some plan. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. It is not the end of it. I got one more scene. So as you guys are standing there, the jailers, the 3 gatekeepers pair, the camera pans away from the Dawn Temple, and it rises up in the air through the clouds as you see the your friends and Stride all in off in the distance, taking care of the rest of the prisoners, gathering them up, capturing them, dispatching them, and it goes up to the mountain pass where Dow originally came from to save the moon from Malefex. And as the camera pans up just beyond it, you see 3 figures you saw in Relis. And they're standing there. And the one that looks like a Night Sister looks at the Zeltron and goes, "Well, sister, they have all the holocrons now. Should we go down there and dispatch them all?" And the human-looking woman goes, "Why is it, T-Tux, that you always just want to destroy everybody?" And the one Zeltron raises her hand to the human and goes, "No, we will not go after," and looks at T-Tux and goes, "No, we will not go after these holocrons." And she looks down. "We will see and wait what these individuals have in store. They may be more useful to us any day." And at that, we end the session.
Ah, very
I almost
nice.
forgot that one scene. I was like, "Oh shit, wait, no, there's one more scene." So what did you guys think?
That was a lot of fun.
A
Yes.
lot more combat heavy this time around than the last couple sessions. Whew. I didn't think you guys would dispatch them that quickly, but that was awesome.
That was a tough battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough.
All right. Well, that's all for this episode of Lure of the Lost Ark. It was a little disheveled at times, but I think overall it went fairly, very good.
Cool.
We had to cut some parts out. So if you guys are following along at home and notice that there's some parts cut out, some things added, time constraints, like I said, and a little bit of flavor on my own. So, but the next session, 2 weeks from tonight, will be the adventure out of the Force and Destiny core book, Lesson in the Past.
All
These
right.
next 2 sessions, for those watching, are going to be based around assembling the lightsabers. So I know Dow needs his lightsaber built.
Mm-hmm.
I know Sakai has his lightsaber to finish. Not trying to spoil anything. And then Miko has his to create for his trials with Stride. So we will continue. The next 2 episodes will be based around that, and then we'll see where we go from there. Got a lot planned in store for this, so it should get even more exciting. But until next time, guys, you guys want to sign off with anything before we call it a night?
Just a thank you to my fellow players and the GM. It was a great time.
Absolutely.
For sure, man. Yeah. Miko, dude, your boss. I'm gonna bow to your little Bothan ass from now on.
All right, and hopefully Marco will be back with us in 2 weeks. He said he probably will be, so we will have a full 4 players.
All right.
So that'll
And
be awesome.
Archie, welcome as well, and I hope you stick around. I enjoyed playing with you tonight. So
Thanks,
good
man. You
game.
too,
Good
brother.
game.
Oh, Chris, are we gonna roll for the conflict and everything and do
Oh,
that
yeah.
morality
Okay.
up and down thing?
Okay, we're going to, yeah, so we can, I mean, you're not going to be able to see what the role is, but I'm going to kind of describe it. So who had conflict? Just Dow?
I'm sorry. Yeah, Dow got a bunch. That's why I wanted to say it before he came
Okay.
up so he could
All right,
resolve
Dow,
that.
how much conflict did you acquire tonight?
I'm definitely sure I have 2, but I'm not sure if I used a 3rd one somewhere and forgot to chart it. But I have 2.
No, I think you only took 2, brother.
Yeah, I think you did,
Okay.
yeah. So, all right, so you see where the little box is where the D100 on your roller is?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, highlight that and put 10, and then roll 1 of them. Two,
Looks
all
like a
right.
2.
So, all right, so that means that your morality doesn't change.
Yeah,
How did that
Evened
work?
out.
Nice.
So,
So it's 2 minus 2 or something?
well, okay, so to describe it is you roll a d10 for your conflict. If you get lower than what conflict you earn, you reduce your morality. Like, so say, like, if you would have rolled a 1, you would have reduced your morality rating, which is at 50 right now, to 49. If you would have rolled above it, like, say you rolled a 3, or you would have added 1 to your morality, which made it 51. This is where how far you go to the light or the dark side.
Okay.
So
I'm going to say that Dow is, kind of studying his own ancient scrolls that he's got in his gear pack, trying to come to terms with what he's done today, and he just meditates heavily to lose those 2 conflicts.
Yep. So you don't lose any. You're still right at balance. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then, other than that, make sure we got the new Ashes to Ashes episode on Jarl of Goats YouTube channel that me and Archie playing that came out last week. So check that out. It is a very emotional, highly packed episode. So you got to catch that. And then we record the next one next Sunday. So then about a week after that, or about a couple days after that, we'll have the new episode. But if you got a chance, go to Jarl of Goats on YouTube. Check out Ashes to Ashes. And check out the other one. He runs another one on the Sunday we run this. Destiny Horizon is the other one. So, and then he posts those later on. That's James. So check those out on his YouTube channel. Of course, we got right now just Fly from the Inside on this YouTube channel. And Archie, do you have anything going on your YouTube channel?
No, not right now, man. I'm getting settled in. It's gonna be popping off soon though. So keep your eyes peeled.
Right on. And then tomorrow night, as far as I know, is still scheduled for At the Edge of the Empire, which I play in, and that's on the GM's Dice, starting 10 p.m. Central Time. So somewhere around there we'll be playing, unless if it gets canceled. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But otherwise, you guys all have a good night. You at home watching, either now or in the future, and we will see you next time.
All right.